everyone's having a good day. Welcome on in. Ah, dear, I'm sorry for not streaming yesterday. I had family over, so my priority was spending time with family, and then by the time they left, I was exhausted. I was thinking, maybe I'll do like a little evening stream afterwards. Nah. I was so tired. Right, where's this? There we go. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back in. Same kind of stuff happening today. Also, anime, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I hope your costume stuff's going good. We're going to be just winding more petals again. I have been keeping an eye out for a candle in the house, and I just can't find one. And at this point, I'm kind of like, do I just order a new candle? Maybe. They're not that expensive because they're not scented. And I do, it's a shame because I do have a lot of scented candles in the house, which I don't mind burning for crafts, but they all have really high side containers. I can kind of show you the problem. So it's stuff like this, where it's like, to use them, you have to put the stuff into the cup, and like that's not good. You don't wanna, you wanna have a bit more control than that, and you don't wanna get wax on your flowers. So yeah, that's been something, but it's okay. We'll work around it. It's going well. More yarn for the week, and I also finished a different project. I can start another one. Heck yeah, anime. Very cool. Oh my god, so productive. My god. Oh dear. Yeah, I can't think of. I did a lot of petal prep. Other than that, I can't think of anything productive I've done. I think I slept. That's about it. Yeah. I've not been very productive the last few days. I got a lot of the. I got all of the size 5s cut out, and I got a lot of them on wires. They didn't take me that long, but I did do it. I will move on to the size 6s, but probably not for a bit because it still feels like we're ways off and they're double the amount of everything, so yeah, we'll get there, we'll get there. Echo, hello, gonna make a corset. Oh my god, for a student fashion show today. Good luck. I hope that it goes well. Ooh, wait, you're making the corset today or the student fashion shows today? Or both? Regardless, I hope it goes really well for you, Echo. I really want to drink some of my tea, but it's way too hot. It's like absolutely boiling. I don't know if you can tell, I keep like moving in my hands because I'm like, ooh. But it's quite a cold day, and honestly, I think my hands need to warm up. You're making the corset today. Okay, I was gonna say like, that's a heavy workload. Oh dear, I hope it goes well. I always enjoy making corsets. They're a bit of a pain, and they take a long time, but I don't know, it's just something about it. I found it very therapeutic because it's the same steps every time. I like that. Oh dear. The show's on Tuesday. Okay, so you got a few days to make it then. Fair. Is it themed or is it just like you can make whatever you like? Thanks to being 3 last Wednesday, I was able to finish it. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh. Right, I'm just gonna cuddle up for a bit until, well, first of all, the heating kicks in a bit. We are having to start putting the heating on now. It's getting a little bit too cold in the mornings. We don't want it to be like 5 degrees in the house. So we'll just wait for that to kick in a bit, and then we'll do some crafts. Dear Purple, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be a bit sleepy here today still as well, because I'm still honestly a little bit tired from yesterday. Oh dear. Has anyone been playing the new Pokemon? I've been watching people play it. I've also been watching the glitches on Twitter. Oh dear. It's very much like reminds me of like Fallout, when Fallout was really, really glitchy and they were like releasing lots of images like, how did this get out kind of thing, but with Nintendo. It's quite funny. I'm helping out a friend with his designs. It's mostly his work, but I don't think there's a theme. Okay, fair enough. Up way too early. I've been awake around 3 a.m. Jesus Christ. I hope you managed to get some rest later then. I'm assuming like at this point you have to be up, but I hope later you manage to get some rest. I have a small event today. It's a fundraiser for Movember. Oh, lovely. I hope it goes well, Purple. Good luck. Good luck. It's a good cause. Heck yeah. Is it, Movember is men's mental health, isn't it? Or is it... I've always also seen some stuff about like prostate cancer and stuff like that. I guess it depends. I thought it was predominantly mental health, but there are obviously a lot of things that do, you know, what do you call it, also affect men specifically, like certain cancers and such. Men have mental health? I hope so. Sai, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. There's a costume contest. I'm going to wear the Mephisto costume. Heck yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Ah, dear. Oh, honestly, it's been a while. I think because all of my streams blur together, we often get people coming in and be like, it's been ages since I've been here, and I'm like, has it? I'm pretty sure I saw you yesterday. The day that I don't even stream. It's been a while. I'm not usually up this late. Oh, in that case, I hope you manage to get some sleep soon. November's a men's cancer thing. It's interesting because I've seen a lot of people do more fundraising, I guess in recent years, for men's mental health during November. But yeah, I thought it was also a cancer thing. But at the end of the day, like, it's all good. It's all going towards good causes. It doesn't really matter, really. As long as you're raising money for something you're passionate about and that you care about, well, it doesn't really matter. Ah, dear. No one needs an excuse to raise money for charity. Someone whose father died from cancer. That would make sense. I kind of like how it's exploded. It's been very, very, very good the last 2 years. Ah, dear. Okay, now we can drink my tea. That is the one thing about it being a bit colder. My tea cools down a lot faster. In the summer, my tea stays hot for hours. But now it's like, okay, just leave it on the cold desk for a minute and it will cool down. Ah, dear. Oh dear. Also, I don't know if you guys saw it. We have a new starting soon screen. You guys want to? I'll show it very, very quickly because I get a little bit embarrassed about this kind of thing. But still, I'll do it now because otherwise more people will come in. It's easier when there's only a few people. We have a new starting soon screen. Look at him. He wobbles. He wobbles. He does the wiggly. Look at him go. Wow. Oh. Thank you for the horn. Welcome on in, Danny. Ah, dear. He wiggle and they all wiggle. Everyone wiggle. Oh dear. Oh, I've just noticed one of the legs is a bit glitchy. I'm gonna have to fix that, but that's okay. Ah, dear. So Game Related has a costume contest. Last time there were only 12 people who entered. I'll be honest though, maybe it's because I have a lot of small towns around me. 12 doesn't feel like too bad of a number. At least there are 12 people that are interested. Yes. I have had a lot of cancer. My brother and I were getting quite personal with the doctors, sooner than most. Nice. Better to be like safe though. For sure. Oh, hey, Danny, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you. Wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, I made him wiggly. One of his legs is glitching. I will need to fix that. But other than that, I like it. You know, you only notice these things when you go live. Before you go live, they're completely invisible to you. So everything's okay back here, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. So, because I've been doing some crafting off stream, I always get a bit paranoid that I've just left things around. Thank you for the dance! I always get a paranoid that I've left things around that shouldn't be. Oh, you know what, actually, I could move this stuff. You guys don't need to see any of that. I think other than that, we're pretty good. It just makes me nervous I've left like on the desk that doesn't need to be there. That's from another project, or it's just migraine stuff. Ah, oh, dear. Right, do you want to get started? Otherwise one of the mods will come in and be like, Jelly, why aren't you crafting yet? Be like, because I'm tired. Because I'm having a sleepy day. Because it's the weekend. Because I didn't stream yesterday, I'm getting very confused about what day it is as well, because Friday is like one of my most consistent stream days, I think. So not streaming on a Friday was like, we always stream on Friday, what's happening? Oh, well, welcome to blanket camera. It's gonna be lots of blanket. Yeah, I prepped all of these. I think there'll be 36 petals here, if I had to guess. Oh, you know, I did, thank you. It was lovely to see her. We had a chill. She popped over to the house, and then we went out and got some lunch together, and then we came back and we ate like afternoon tea. and then she went home. It was lovely though. Really, really nice. Oh dear, very relaxing. Oh, there we go. Right, get that over here, and then in there. I've seen it quite a lot recently, which has been nice. And now the thing is though, because we've moved, we don't really have the best space for hosting people, so I feel a bit bad. Like, I can't really just invite people over whenever, because, you know, either we might have the builders around, or, you know, any of the other trade people might be here. And then on top of that, like, there are certain rooms, if they're being worked on, that are just like exceptionally dusty. Like, I can't go to the loft room at the moment without coughing if I don't have a respirator on, because there is so much dust up there. Even though it's like we hoover it after the work, it just, once it all settles, it's like there's exactly the same amount of dust there again. And I feel a bit bad inviting people over when the house is in that kind of state, because there's not really much I can do about it. Like, obviously, like, we are in the middle of renovating, but yeah, it's it does make me feel a bit bad. Got my buddy tickets to see a comedian Thursday night that he likes. His last joke, I was laughing so hard, and my buddy peed himself a little bit. Honestly, welcome to the club. I have many times laughed so hard that I have peed a little. Honestly, the tell of a good joke, I think. Well, there we go. Oh dear. When I was little, I remember I used to laugh so hard. I should say I had a few lung problems, but I would laugh so hard that I'd like go straight into not being able to breathe. And I'd be there like, oh! I don't know what used to happen, but if I laughed too hard, I'd be like, oh my god. And then no sound would come out, and I'd just be like, ah, shoot, it happened again. These days I'm good though, I can laugh as hard as I like. Oh. I remember that a few times happening in the playground, like my friends would really, really make me laugh, and then I'd be like, bugger. Off I go. Yeah, for anyone who's not seen this before, what we're doing is, I don't know how obvious it is on the camera, we're actually just wrapping the paper mold in thread. So we're just going round and round and round it, adding thread to the outside, and then once the complete outside is covered in thread, we've done the whole thing, which is there's 6 pieces of paper, but that becomes 3 petals. We can fold it up, and we fold them into our petals. And that way we have petals kind of made of a mixture of paper and thread, but it kind of just looks like they're made of thread, to be honest. Which fits the vibe of our costume really well. There we go. So these are, again, one size up to the ones we were making before, so they do take just a little bit of wrapping. They will every single time, because every time we go up a size, they get each individual piece of paper gets a centimetre longer. So as you can imagine, it does mean that it takes a little bit longer as we go up the sizes. Not super dramatically longer, but like, you know, enough that it's worth noting that it will get slower. Which is why we're so pleased that we could do 9 of the small ones an hour, because even with the extra like size going up, we should be going slower than 6. There we go. There we are. And also I get better at this. Like, this is a lot quicker than I did the first time, because I've improved from having done literally hundreds of them at this point. As you can see on screen, we've done 234. However, that actually means, because for each petal you have to wrap 2 things, I've actually wrapped 468 so far to make 234 petals. So yeah, I have improved a little bit. The yay progress, heck yeah. Big yay on progress. I don't imagine I'll be super speedy today, because again, I'm a little bit tired, to be honest. This has been quite an intense week, so and now it's like, I guess technically it's the end of the week, because I don't go to work. It doesn't really feel like weeks have a beginning or an end for me anymore. Oh dear. It's like weeks just will blur together. But yeah, I'd say this Monday to Saturday at least has been quite a rough Monday to Saturday. So I'm just a little bit like, but hopefully means next week will be good. I don't think I have anything planned next week either, so I should be able to just relax a little bit more. Not that like the things I've been doing this week haven't been fun. Like, of course, seeing Mama Jelly was really, really lovely, but it'd be nice just to have some time just to like lie down and not do anything. Lie down, look at the ceiling, have time pass. There we go. Although I do also need to make, once again, if Mama Jelly is here, I need you to leave, because I want to talk a little bit about Christmas. I do need to start making some Christmas presents soon, so we might be taking a bit of a break in the petals to make a few Christmas presents, 1 or 2 streams. There's a few things I want to make. I want to make an embroidery hoop for Mum, And then I also want to make both my parents some like personalized baubles, like with sequins and beads and stuff like that. Ah dear. And then I would also like to make my siblings some personalized baubles as well. So there'll probably be if I had to guess, there'll be like a bauble stream and then maybe an embroidery hoop stream somewhere soon. I'm still waiting for a couple bits and bobs in the post because I do need some felt. Unfortunately, I didn't have the colours that I needed in the house. But once that comes, should be pretty unstoppable. We can make some little Christmas presents. There we go. Because yeah, I received some really beautiful baubles last year, and I was just looking at them like, ah, oh, it'd be lovely if I could send something similar back. I have a lot of homemade baubles from different people in my family, and I do so much crafting at this point. It kind of feels like wrong that I haven't sent anyone any homemade baubles since like I have been sent homemade baubles from people that never do crafts. So like, how is it that I am the only person who has not been sending them out? Ah, dear. It feels like I have no excuses at this point because I have so many beads and sequins and such in the house that I should really just be making them. I'm a bit nervous about it, to be honest, because I've not made anything like that before, and like the pictures I've seen that people have made look really, really complicated. But what I want to do is make them on a felt base. Oh god, sorry. With like an embroidery hoop. Yeah. Gifts for VM. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I just got something stuck in my throat. I think it's okay now though. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. No, I won't be charging for them. They're just going to be for my family. Oh dear. But you know what? We're going to have some practice coming up because we do actually have a special stream planned. I think it's in about two weeks, I think. Maybe just less than 2 weeks actually, where we'll be streaming for the Starlight Foundation. Oh no, it's like in a week and a half, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, we're going to be doing a stream for the Starlight Foundation on the 2nd of December. We do a stream for the Starlight Foundation every single year. This will be my 3rd year now. And we will be making some Pokemon themed baubles. So I thought it'd be like a nice way of mixing the festive season with something a little bit more kid friendly. What I will say for that stream in particular, we will be keeping things very PG just because, again, like we are raising money for a children's charity. Specifically, the Starlight Foundation delivers gifts, toys, activities for kids to do in hospital. They do it all year round, but I always take part in the Christmas one specifically because I think there is very few times of the year I think that being in a hospital is worse for a kid. And yeah, that way getting a little bit of extra money during the Christmas season, so any kids who do have to spend the holidays in hospital don't necessarily miss out. Ah dear, have you got to church? Fun. I did try a few Pokeball type ornaments a while back and they're really cute. I'm really hoping that I can match that energy then, because it makes me a little nervous, but I think it'll be really, really fun. There is some prep that I have to do for those streams in particular, but it's not too much, so I think it'll be okay. Oh dear, I hit them with a Silent Hill nurse vibes. No, we're gonna be keeping that one very PG. It's the kind of charity stream that it is. Like, you don't want it to be. You want it to be really because the kids might watch you, but you want it to be really like open and friendly and stuff like that. So that if anybody is watching in a hospital and stuff like that who receives stuff from the Starlight Foundation, they can actually watch the people who are raising the money for them. Yeah, that's the takeaway that I get anyway. Is like, you want it to be as accessible as possible for younger people who will benefit from the charity themselves. And also because sometimes they will take clips from your streams. They did last year. So last year when was it last year or was it the first year? It was one of the 2 years I took part in the Starlight Foundation. They actually took a clip from my stream to put in their promotional stuff of like the streamers that took part in the Starlight Foundation fundraising, right? Because I was, I think it was last year, to be honest. Basically, if anybody had like personal experiences of being a child who had to stay in hospital, we were encouraged to, talk about experiences and what they were like and how the Starlight Foundation might have helped. Basically, to explain to people that might not have had the experience that these kids are going through, what it was like. And I was in all sides of the hospital when I was a kid. also version. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I did the emergency ward. I did like A&E here. I did outpatients, and I was an inpatient. I think I hit all four corners of the hospital as a kid. I think honestly, staying in hospital, even for more than a day in a row, bloody sucks. But having to stay in for days and days, it's so boring. I know that sounds like really surface level, but when you're a kid, you won't necessarily know exactly what's wrong with you. So it can be really scary, even when doctors are explaining what's going to be happening and stuff like that. And you're kind of just going between like, how to put it, and again, I can only speak from my own experiences, but my own experience is basically you're just waiting for the next test, and then you go back to your bed, and then you wait for the next test, and then you go back for the bed. And I was often nil by mouth, so I didn't even have like the meals to look forward to, which meant that I would just be waiting for the next round of medication or the next test and stuff like that. And there was nothing to distract me. So the way that it would work in British wards, at least, again, I can say 15 years ago or something, I don't know what they're like now, but there was often limited bed space, especially for inpatients. So you would be moved around quite a bit. So you'd be on one ward and then suddenly you'd be on another ward and stuff like that. So there's a lot, you didn't really stay in the same place for so long. And when I did, it was often with people that were like less than half my age. So like, you know, I would be there as like a 13-year-old and there would be like 2-year-olds on the ward with me because they didn't have space to put people in appropriate age groups, which meant that we had Peppa Pig on. I remember for like a whole week straight, like during the day, it was just Peppa Pig, like over and over and over again. And like that might have been somewhat entertaining for the 2-year-olds at one side of the ward, but I can say for 13-year-old me, it was hell. I will never forget it, because like, listen, I don't hate Peppa Pig, but it was not it for me as a 13-year-old. Funnily enough, from being in hospital and having certain things done, like that's when I got into Minecraft, because there was literally nothing in the hospital that would be age appropriate for me. There were no things that I could do, and so just like day to day, you're just waiting for your next test and next medication, feeling sick and like, you know, not being able to eat anything. It was just hell. It's really, really unpleasant. It's really scary, and then it's really boring. So distraction is so important, and that's what the Starlight Foundation does. They provide distraction for kids, and also like breaks for parents, because I had my parents with me nearly the whole time. Like whenever they could be there, they were there. Because I was young a lot of the time when I was in hospital, like, you know, they would be there. Having breaks for my parents would have been really good, but also like, yeah, just things to distract me as a kid. It's important, so important. Oh dear, we haven't great younger regen stamina in the hours. Oh no, I'm not a big fan of that show. You would have hated it then. I would recommend checking the Mandalorian Pepper show. It's meant to teach languages. See, we didn't have any of those options. We had a television at the end of the ward, lots of like toys that were more suitable to like, again, toddlers. So much damage, my god. They also do gowns, yes, and they have like their own special radio station now. And so this year we'll be giving out a specific radio station like tools for people in hospital, so that they have stuff that they can listen to. I read Mandalorian. Mandarin. Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, sure. If you want to speak Mandalorian, listen, I'm not going to judge you. You can speak Mandalorian. Yeah, and when I was in hospital, we didn't have phones, like smartphones. Smartphones were not a thing. When I was like 7 or 8 or 10 or 13. I've been in hospital a lot, but like they weren't. I think when I was 13, I might have had a flip phone, maybe like the little flippy open T-Mobile ones. And that's so the, you know, we didn't have a laptop, we didn't have phones. What were we meant to do? You just sit there like, I hate this. Oh my god, also stars! Welcome on in. How was your stream and what did you get up to? We're talking a little bit about the Starlight Foundation, interestingly enough, and the work that they do in hospitals, and how they help kids who have to spend, especially really sick kids who have to spend prolonged time in hospital. Like, don't get me wrong, going in as an outpatient isn't particularly fun either, but it is there. Oh, if you're in there and there is nothing for you to do for days, and as a kid, it's so depressing, and it's it's very, it breaks your will. I don't know what you'd call it. It's very easy to become like more scared and more sad, just because there's nothing for you to keep your mind occupied while you're there. Like, you think about all the things your friends are doing and like, oh, they must all be at school having a good time. Meanwhile, I'm here throwing up my medication again. Woohoo! Oh dear. Yeah, it's it's rough. But the Starlight Foundation aims to make what is a really difficult situation a little bit easier. And I think it's so lovely. Honestly, as soon as I heard about them for the first time, I was like, yes, that is something that I 100% support. From a very personal place as well, of having been those kids. Like, I support this, please. More of that. Also, if they could come over to the UK as well. Right now, they predominantly work in America. But it'd be amazing if they would come over here too. Help. Our hospitals suck for kids. Oh dear, stream was good. Got some nice art done and had a long rant about art theft and learning art. Ooh. Is it, what kind of art theft? Is it like people claiming art as their own, or is it people, or like websites in some cases, taking art and putting it through an AI art program, or just selling AI art? There's so much going on in the art community at the moment. There's like, ooh, the AI art stuff is very, very polarizing. Very, very polarizing. Obviously, I am not necessarily the best person to talk about it because I don't do traditional art. While I do artistic stuff, it would be difficult for an AI to replicate making this costume. But, I definitely still see the issues potentially with it. Yeah. I love that kind of thing. Supporting and entertaining kids in hospitals is amazing. They are fantastic. They are such a good charity. I think there's still time as well. If anyone in chat is listening to me talk about it and they want to sign up for the 12 days of Starlight, there is still time where you can sign up and do your own Starlight stream anytime between the 1st and the 12th of December, I think it is. You can choose what you do. While it is recommended that you keep it relatively PG, just because obviously it's a children's charity, other than that, like, what you do is completely up to you. Like, you do anything. And it's also not just about raising money as well, as with any charity. It's also about raising awareness, because spreading the awareness means other people who might be able to donate down the line will then remember it. Oh dear. There we go. Ooh. Speaking of traditional art, have the drawings from Booktober? They have! Wait, I need to send those out. They have purple, I think. I can show you yours, but I need to scan it in. I'm so sorry. I finished these literally in like October and I just have not scanned them in. Look at you. You got your name on your thigh. Oh, I don't know how well it's showing up because yes. But I need to scan them into the computer and I've just been a bit lazy, my bad. They're all finished images. They just need to be scanned in. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. I literally had them sat on top of my printer. And it's one of those things where like it's there so that I remember, except that I forget. The art theft was an extremely blatant crop and recoverable piece to the point where I was able to line them. Oh, yeah, that's not very good. I have definitely, I will say, because I don't want to come across as too virtue signaling, I have traced over other people's art before for my own stuff. Like for instance, like when I was doing art and I wanted to have like a background piece. So I have traced over other people's art for like background stuff, but not for something that I've ever earned credits or money on. More just for like my own stuff. Oh dear, and it's never been the predominant piece. Normally as well, I don't trace over other people's art, I just trace over the animal. 99% of the time when I'm thinking about it, actually it's like, no, I just needed a frog in the background, so I traced over a frog. Okay, maybe I lied a little bit. It's not normally people's art that I trace over, it's the legitimate animal, and 99% of the time it is animals. I really struggle drawing animals. But like, I wouldn't do it for say like my emotes or stuff that I am giving away, like if people are subscribing like that, you know, anything like that where you make monetary or personal gain off it, like no. Oh dear. I'm gonna take more naps because it's cold to get out of bed. Apparently it could snow. Oh, you could get snow? Oh my god, yeah. Well, in that case, you need to make sure that you take a nap so that if it snows, you can play in the snow for as long as you like. Absolutely. Oh dear. Wow. There we go. Wow. And obviously, art tracing on Twitch is kind of a thing. It's complicated though. It is complicated, and I am probably not the best person to talk about it. But it's like, what I see more of is there are some emote artists who have like a base, and then they'll add your character to that base, which means a lot of emotes can look very similar. But at the end of the day, it's all from the same artist, unless somebody else takes that base, and then it's like stuff like that, where it's like, you can put one artist's work over another artist's work, and because their bases are the same, a lot of the lies will match up. Even if they're making it for like one person's made like a panda one and one person's made like a human one, but because like, yeah, the lines match up very well, and it's normally, I can't say that it is tracing again, and I'm not an artist, like a traditional artist myself, but that's what I see on Twitch. I see people saying, hey, this person has stolen like my emote base, basically, and is now selling emotes where they are using my base. But also how, like, I guess, yeah, you could line it up, but it's still difficult to prove with how small, and like, you don't have a lot of space with emotes. But yeah, I'm lucky. Jellies are easy to draw, they're just blobs with faces. Tracing is fine if it's for learning or working on your education. Also, photo tracing is much more reasonable. Also making, a base is fine, but what if somebody else took that base? That would, and then made money off it. That's where I've been seeing the debates. And again, it's not one that I can really weigh in on because I don't make emotes, I don't sell emotes. I won't be, well, I do make emotes, but for me only. I don't make and sell emotes for other people, so I don't have bases or anything like that. DALL-E has its erase tool that autofills segments, arguably making the results transformative. Ooh. I don't really know anything about that. What is DALL-E? DALL-E or DALL-E? Like WALL-E? Is it a drawing software? I'm sorry, I'm, again, sewing. that my area of expertise is sewing. I am very bad when it comes to drawing stuff. DALL-E is an AI. Oh, okay, it's an AI. But is it difficult to identify AI then? Or it's just very good? I'm not sure. I know a lot of conventions are starting to put a ban on selling AI generated artwork. It's very hit and miss though, depending on whether they like that. But yeah, like AI generated artwork is, I've seen it being banned at some conventions. I wouldn't be surprised if that was to continue. Especially since I can think is, there's an artist alley, and they are like legitimate artists who do like spend a lot of effort and time on their work. I can see why you wouldn't want to encourage AI stuff. Take a base and recoloring it to make money is not okay unless you have permission of the artist. That's kind of the vibe that I've been getting off Twitter. But that it's very difficult to prove if somebody's done it. And I've seen it with like certain butt emotes, but then again it's a butt, but then it's like, but if the lines all completely match up, it's suspicious, but obviously it's, in my mind it's difficult to prove 100%, but it is definitely suspicious. Not that it matters because I don't commission for emotes. I would like to commission for some art one day, but it won't be emotes because I quite enjoy making emotes. I've enjoyed the learning process. Oh dear. There we go. Oh dear, yeah, it's incredibly good and it does any style. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I've seen being banned at conventions, just so that the convention can focus more on people that are spending the time to make their own art, rather than, you know, making it generated based on someone else's art. And again, I've not seen anyone really complain against that, so I think it's okay. I don't like stealing AI art, mostly because it's the AI's art and they should get permission and they can't give it. That's also fair, like, yeah. The person generating things is not really doing anything. And the other thing is that the AI art is often based on other people's art that already exists, which means even though it's not the same as like tracing, it's still, and you can't say which artist necessarily that it's taken from, it's still taking from the work of other artists. Kind of. It's a bit weird, honestly. it's a weird one, but kind of, yeah. Not had much luck with DALL-E. It always looks pretty. It looks pretty pants. Oh no. Also, Captain, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Oh dear. I'll be honest, I like seeing what AI art does, but it is not something that personally I would pay for. But I like seeing it as like a fun, interesting inspiration tool. I think it's really cool. I like looking at it and getting inspiration from like weird, wacky, impossible clothing designs that it makes up, you know? Because it's putting together things that wouldn't work on a real human's body. But I enjoy seeing the shapes that it creates and getting inspired by it. But it is not something that I would pay for, personally. It's something like a Google search more. Like, I wouldn't pay to search things on Google. I wouldn't pay for an AI to draw me something. But that's just me personally. Hi, welcome on in, Plum. And this AI generated art is really creative because sometimes it misinterprets the instructions. Well, yeah, this is the thing. It's like, I think it's great for inspiration. Because again, it's like the stuff that it creates a lot of the time is like, that's impossible. At least in the clothing genre. I may have to like preface that I am speaking about like the AI generated clothing designs and stuff like that, specifically because that is more what I've looked at, because that's also my area of interest. I have really enjoyed watching people try to recreate designs that are made by an AI, but I think that it's good that that's as far as it goes, because, you know, the end of the day, it's like, most of the time the stuff that it's creating is basically impossible anyway. Sorry, that just needed a bit more thread there, so I just gone back and added it. Selling a collage piece. Yeah, kinda. It is kind of like selling a collage piece. Oh, I'm started stitching along and making Luna Lapping Doll for a friend. Oh, lovely. I hope you're having a good time. I'm sure they'll really like it. Ah, dear. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. Let's just go the whole way around. Excuse me. And we've nearly finished the first one. How long did that take? That actually took a really long time. Oh, no. Well, I think it took like just under half an hour, which is okay because it still means we'll be going at a pace of 6 per hour. That's probably my fault. Maybe I got distracted. But then also I'm meant to be going slow today anyway, so you know what? It doesn't matter if it takes a really long time today. We'll get as many done as possible. Go. It's more important that they are properly wrapped. Go. Wow. The air trouble with cloth, lots of yeah, I quite enjoy watching, and also it seems like half the time the clothing that they are making is not even made out of cloth. It's like, I was looking at some like under the sea themed ones, and it looked like the base of the dress was like plastic nearly every time. I think it just gets confused because it sees like, you know, it thinks ocean, plastic looking thing, but it doesn't look like real. It doesn't look like fabric that you would normally use to make a dress. But again, like that's why I like that, because it's like, okay, this is kind of inspiring in that it's very, very wacky, but like, yeah, I wouldn't hire an AI to design my wardrobe at the moment. But it's inspiring. It's inspiring. Ah, dear. Luna's friend Clementine's cat. I'm making her trans. Aw, fruit felt. Oh my god, that's so cute. Heck yeah. Very cool. Very hecking cool. There we go. That all nice and wrapped around there. There we go. And, oh, wait, where am I? I'm backwards, that's why. Okay, there we go. And just unfold that a little bit. There you go. That wrapped around both sides. And then fold that up. Fold that up. So it's a bit weird doing the next size up initially because it looks so much bigger to me. And to you guys probably not so much, but to me it's like, my god, this is huge. Whoa, where did we start making such big petals? Because it's the biggest petal that I've ever made. But I'm pretty sure very, very shortly it will not look quite so impressive to me. There we go, get that around there. Boop, 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 boop. And then that should be all safe and wrapped. Let's trim that. And then tie it off. And there we go. Time for Oscar's. Oh, bless you. Thank you again so much for the raid star. But yeah, look after yourself. Get some good Z's. Maybe some snacks. Who knows? Oh, dear. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope that it goes well. There we go. Nice knot. And then unfold these. And where is it? There it is. My little pliers for getting some nice neat ends. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Probably open it a bit. There you go. So this will be a size 5 petal. We're getting longer. We're getting there. Ah, dear. There we go. 1 down. Many to go. How do you get yourself into these utterly challenging cosplays? Passion, excitement. I also personally really like the feeling of a never-ending job, which is specific, and I know a lot of people are not so fond, but I like having something to do all the time. Yeah. So jobs like this tend to like make me feel really happy and busy, and that there's always something that I can do and stuff like that. Ah, dear. But that's like a personal preference for cosplay, I suppose. A lot of people really don't like that. That's also very fair, very valid. You don't have to like it just because I like it. There we go. And get the end of this into here. Oh, my blanket's gone again. Oh, there it is. It's like immediately disappeared. Where'd it go? Onto the floor. It was picking up some thread that I don't necessarily want as well. There you go, get all that out of there. No thread, please. There we go. And put that in there. Ooh. Nice. And off we go again. You know, it'd be nice to add a few extra ones. Soon, I'm not sure how to do this. I'm not sure what would be more satisfying. Whether I start building them up as I go, because we've already got 3 layers for some flowers. But there's also a part of me that's like, it might be more satisfying to do that mainly as one stream and like assemble all of the red flowers and then assemble all of the beige and all of the white. I'm not sure yet exactly how I want to tackle that. I'm thinking about it. Bam, 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 bam. Right, fold that bit over because it will always get stuck on that. Oh dear. There we go. And then back to wrapping again. Honestly, it's nice to have such big spools of the thread because I feel less worried about using extra at the moment. So I'm happy to go over the same places a few times, which might not sound like a good thing, but it definitely is because the thread moves. You know, it is just wrapped around a piece of paper after all. It definitely shuffles up and down a little bit. Just you know, from being moved and from touching other flowers and stuff like that. So it's nice having the freedom to wrap a few extras like lines around each bit, just so that if it does move that there's still thread covering each area. It's got plenty of thread. In the back. Speaking of plenty of thread, actually. There we go. That little bit needs a bit more. And then we go back up again. There we go. Oh dear. What do you guys think about what's happening on Twitter at the moment, if anyone cares? I think it's very funny. I know that it's mainly just mass panic, and there isn't actually a lot of founding stuff around to say that Twitter's just gonna suddenly go down. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I do think it's quite funny. I think at this point, with everything that's been happening on Twitter, it's just like a massive joke, and it's just, as long as you're not too serious about it, it's very funny. I will say I do feel kind of bad for a lot of the artists who commission and, you know, promote their own work through Twitter. You know, especially if they've gained a big following on there. It is a pain to lose an avenue of revenue like that. So I hope that they're okay. Other than that, though, I think it's very funny. I think, you know what? Big rich dumb man loses all their money in failing sinking ship of a social media platform that was already like a trash fire, to be quite honest, before that. I think it's very funny. Find it hilarious? Yeah. I do feel bad for the artists. Other than that, very funny. Oh dear. There we are. I didn't even want an account, but when Yahoo had their security breach, someone paid for my information, created a fake account. But when I got the verification email, I reset the password and made it your own. Oh, wait, actually? Oh my god. Wait, that's such a weird way of getting a Twitter account. I can completely understand why you would have done that though. But like, that's such a weird way of getting a Twitter account. I can tell you how I originally got my Twitter. Oh no, actually, you know what? This is my second Twitter account. There is technically a really old Jelly Twitter account from when Jelly was like, I don't know, 13 or 14 years old. And we were in school and school was teaching us how to make a social media account. So I don't even remember what it was called, but somewhere under a really old email address, there is like a really old half-made Twitter profile. If it doesn't get deleted over time. I don't know how Twitter works necessarily. Maybe it would have been deleted by this point. But where school had us, like, assigned us a project to be like, make yourself a Twitter account and then like show the class. Oh dear. They were different times. Ugh. I use it to follow my local weather. Hey, that's good. It's always nice to know what's going on in your area. I did used to use it for following like Welsh transport just in general, but because I don't use it as much anymore, it's not as important. Also, Bateman, welcome on in. I hope you are doing well. We are doing a little bit of a chill Saturday stream. And Lotus, welcome on in. I hope you're both doing well. We're doing a chill Saturday. Yeah, you know what it is, like a Saturday. Just a chatting Saturday stream. Oh dear. How do you guys feel about Twitter and all the crazy stuff happening over there? It's more accurate than the Pride of Folk. Yes. So I have the one on my PC, which it's just like it's going to rain soon, and you can look out the window and see that it's tipping down with rain already. And it's like, you're just a little bit behind. Most of the time I'd say that the one on my computer is like half an hour behind what the actual weather here is. And I'm not sure why that is, because it is definitely centered to my address. But yeah, like half an hour behind at all times. Oh dear. Doing well this Saturday? Heck yeah, glad to hear it. You're playing D&D right now? Oh, I hope you're enjoying your D&D. Very nice, very nice. There you go. Just get all this wrapped up. We are, as you can see, just wrapping more petals, but we have moved on to size 5 petals now. So we finished all the 3s and all the 4s, and now we are happily moving along and doing some of the size 5s, which is really good. The only thing is, I think my petal count might be a bit off because I finished a couple petals off stream. So I think we're actually at 240, except that I've now made another 3, so it'd be at 243. I will fix that in a minute. I just suddenly had a thought of, wait a minute, if we finished all the size 4s and all the size 3s, then we would have at least 240. I think I just must have done it off stream. You're playing Axolotl Rose? An Axolotl Rose? Rogue? Oh my god. Heck yeah. I used to think axolotls weren't real, like straight up. Because there was like loads of plushies of them in one of the stores that I was working in, and I just figured like they had the axolotls next to like the unicorns, so I kind of just figured it was the same sort of thing, like it's some kind of mythical made-up being, because you know it's pink like the unicorns, it's in the unicorn section, like they must not be real. And a co-worker had to explain to me that axolotls were in fact a real animal. And I've been kind of in love with them ever since then, because I just assumed they were a mythical being for quite a while, And now that I know they're real, I'm like, they're real and I love them. They are so cute and they have silly little faces and I love their little face frills. They're very, very cute. Very, very good beans. There we go. I could really do with a bit more thread. There you go, there you go. Oh dear. What I will miss Twitter for is the stupid gifts of things constantly that I will be recommended. Like at the moment I'm getting all the Pokemon ones where Pokemon are like flying off into the distance or like people are growing, which I must say I'm really enjoying. I do still kind of, there is a part of me that still wants to get Scarlet and Violet, or Scarlet or Violet I suppose, but I think they need to work on their performance problems a little bit before I would want to stream it personally, because it is so laggy and it's crashing people's switches and I don't really want to deal with that live on stream right now. Oh, it is crazy to me how they've managed to so suboptimally get it's only for Switch is the thing. I'd feel different if it was maybe like they'd adapted it for Switch and they were having some performance issues, but like no, this game is exclusive for Switch. You can only play it on the Switch and you probably will only ever be able to play it on the Switch, and it runs like hot garbage. I don't think there's any excuse for that, especially not from like, you know, the small starter company that is Nintendo. It feels like they could do a little better. And like when you, oh my god, the lag and the FPS drops in the towns, it's so intense. And like I still want to play the game, which is, that probably says more about me than I should be saying, but I still want to play the game. But like, oh my god, not until they've fixed a few of their performance problems. So I really hope that they do. I really hope that they do. Because yeah, at the moment it looks like it kind of sucked to stream, because it'd be so laggy and you have to restart it every time you leave a town. Yeah, like that doesn't sound like a fun streaming experience to me personally. Also, I don't think Bellsprout's in it again, which that's not a performance issue, but I still care about that. Snom's in it and I do really like Snom, but no Bellsprout. Which is my favourite bean and just consistently gets ignored in Pokemon games these days, I think. What about Victory Bell? Victory Bell's pretty cool, huh? No love for Victory Bell? Oh dear. There we go. Wow. How have we been doing? An hour and we've nearly done 4. Oops. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, it's okay. Go. It's fine because they look like nice and neat and they're full of thread, and I don't have any things I have to do today anyway, so I can I can take my time. How many did I need to make a day? If I needed to do 4 hours with 6 per hour 5 days a week, which means I need to make 24 petals a day, 5 days a week. Oh, you know what? I think we're well on target. There we go. Like 120 a week. And in 2 weeks, we will have done 120 a week. So I think, you know what? We're on target. Can't be too mad. I think it does help that I've been doing them off stream a little bit. Like a lot of the prep specifically as well, I've been doing off stream, which has definitely helped, because it's not that the prep is really, really slow, and this is definitely the slowest bit, but it helps. It helps. It all helps. There we go. Also, as far as streaming 25 days, again, anyone who's not aware, we're trying to stream 25 days this month to get the achievement that you can get as a Twitch streamer that just says you've streamed 25 days in a month. Literally, it's like the only I will ever be able to see, and like it doesn't show up to anyone watching my channel or anything like that, but I want that achievement. I think I've taken 4 days off this month so far, which, because I think there's only 30 days this month, would mean that I have 1 more day I could take off. Oh dear. For But to be fair, for only just like over a week, like a week and a half, if I only take one more day off, then it's okay. But unfortunately, it's kind of out of my control because I normally only take days off when I'm not feeling very well. So we'll see. We just have to hope for only one more sick day this month. And then if not, it doesn't really matter. I can try again in December. We'll keep trying until we get it. And you know what? No one loses out. It just means I do a lot of streams. I really want that achievement. I don't know if December is necessarily the best month to try and aim for it, because obviously, like, there are some days I won't be streaming in December because at Christmas. But yeah, you know what? We can give it a go. They are mainly specific days. There we go. Wow. All right. I'm gonna have to start getting my gloves, I think, for the crafting room. My hand is getting cold. Dear Brain, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Good middle of the night from Seattle. Oh my god. I am good, thank you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you managed to get some sleep soon. Jesus. Why are you up in the middle of the night? Oh dear. There we go. Did you get all the McDonald's? I got all the McDonald's. I wasn't able to have any that evening. Shiny was, but I wasn't, because I had a pretty bad migraine Tuesday evening. I'm not sure if it was the McDonald's that caused it, or if it was just like what do you call it? A coincidence. But I had like 2 rounds of McDonald's and I was like, and now I'm going to die. Also, Panda, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh dear. Yeah, so Shiny ate the others. I went to bed early. But we got through them as a pair. Oh dear. There we go. Alright. Get that around there. Nice. Cool. Wow. I see Flying Panda, and I don't know, I know it's a completely different animal, but my mind immediately goes to Flying Tiger, because Flying Tiger Copenhagen, which is one of my favorite stores, Tiger is great. They have so many knickknacks. I love it. Also, Grubbit, welcome on in. I hope you've been enjoying Pokemon. I know it's been a bit glitchy, but I hope you're having a good time regardless. Well, I do want to be underpants sheep, you're right. Nerve pave complication for cancer really messes with sleep rhythms, plus on the plus I get to visit you. True. You know what? The silver lining. Hello. Do you have a Discord? We do. Exclamation mark Discord is the Discord. Ah, dear. Oh dear. There we are. Get around there. Wow. I see you making 5. Thank you! We've actually made a few more already than it said. So I've already finished my first set of 3, and then I did a couple of sets of 3 off stream as well. So yeah. I know I made all day yesterday, so I only got to play a little bit so far. Gonna play on the weekend. Heck yeah! Congrats! Thank you. Oh dear, yeah, we're doing good. How are you? I'm all right, thank you. I'm a little tired, but yesterday was really, really nice. I hung out with Mama Jelly, and we had a lovely, lovely day, and we got lunch together, and it was really, really nice. So yeah, it was honestly, last week was a bit of a rough week. So it was really nice just to see her and have like a nice chill day. It was really good and I enjoyed it a lot. Hell yeah. 10 out of 10. I would recommend spending a day with Mama Jelly. Very chill bean. Oh dear. Wow. I've been watching people play Pokemon because I don't think I'm going to get it myself anytime soon. So I've been watching other people play it and that's been nice. How's the weather in the part of the West? How are we below freezing? We're not below freezing. We've actually had like one of the warmest Novembers on record here. Like, I will say it's not like a heat wave, but like it has been warm. Also, Zay, welcome on in and thank you for the horn. Yeah, like most of the time it's in the teens. Right now it's a bit colder. It's only 7 degrees, but like for most of the month it's been really warm. Oh, heck! Thank you so much for 28 months. Jesus Christ, Zay. Oh my god, that's 2.5 years. Thank you so much. much. Also, welcome back in. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for your double horn. Oh dear. Horn. Ah dear. Yeah, no, it's been quite warm here for in November, but it is starting to get colder now. Like just now it's starting to get colder. We have got some of, I don't know if I mentioned this though, we've got the first bits of insulation in the roof and we got more hopefully coming in tomorrow. So fingers crossed, the house should start feeling a bit warmer soon because we'll have some insulation in the roof. It takes a while because we are gone for a slightly more expensive insulation method. We planned from the start because we want the loft room to be really, really used. So like just the standard insulation here would be a bit, like it'd be very hot in the summer still, and we didn't want that since we want it to be in use all year round. But it does make it makes it easier and harder because each piece has to be cut almost like a plasterboard, but for insulation and fitted into like the slots in the roof. So it takes a little bit because they're all different sizes. So the poor builders are like, with all these like tiny pieces of insulation, but they've been working really hard. Oh, surprise! Thank you for the hydrate. Nice to meet you too. The trees here don't know what to do. We literally went from 70s and wildfire smoke to freezing cold. Oh no. I think that would confuse anyone, to be fair. We used to have a tree in like when I lived with my family still in the garden called the confused tree, because it for some reason it would blossom in like November every year, and then but like all of its leaves would be dying but it would still be blossoming, and so we used to call it the confused tree because it would die in spring and blossom in November. And like I can't remember what like kind of tree it was, but what I do remember is that is not what it was meant to do. It was very much got confused at some point and started doing the year backwards. Oh dear. You want another hydrate? Oh no. You made me drink my whole tea. Ah dear. Tree. Poor tree. Can't relate to that tree. Tree was so confused. What I would say is once we moved out, they immediately cut down the confused tree. And it was like, oh, I guess it was quite close to the house, so maybe it was like bad for their insurance or something. But like, we loved that confused tree. I remember just being like, oh wait, they cut it down immediately? Like it was like one of the first things they did was cut that tree down. I was like, oh, I guess it's what happens when you like leave your house. Someone else comes in and does something they want to do with it, which is fine. I mean, that's what we've done with this house at the end of the day. But damn, we'll never see the confused tree again. I planted an oak tree in that garden, which, okay, I was a kid and that probably isn't the best idea. Oak trees do get really pretty big, but it only grown like this tall from when I planted it when I was 3 to when I left the house at 18, and they got rid of that as well. And I was like, that tree had spent so long just to grow like a foot, and you got rid of it? My god, my poor oak tree. If I had known, I might have taken it with me, but I guess at that point it probably had pretty intense roots. Tree haters, I know, right? Just finished Ragnarok. Oh no. But did you have a good time? Did you enjoy yourself? They didn't understand the confused nature. Yeah, they were like, when did they move in? They probably thought the tree was dead actually, because I'm pretty sure they moved in the spring, which is when the tree looks dead. And like most of the time trees start blooming and like, you know, having all of their flowers and leaves, whereas that tree would die. Would die every single spring. So they probably thought it was dead. Because it looked dead, but it wasn't. It bloomed at the wrong time of year. Oh dear. So yeah, I guess I can't really blame them. Like, if you saw a dead tree in the garden, you would probably get rid of it too. Yes, good. I'm glad to hear it. I've never cried so much to a game. Oh, dearie me. I never liked trees in a garden. Urban environments are not designed like that, so there's always been neighbors who experience issues due to some trees in the garden. Well, yeah, we didn't grow up in an urban area. Like, there was not a house for like another 5-10 minutes. Everyone kind of like, we grew up in flats. So like our flats, but they're in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's a flat, it's confusing. Now that I've like lived in like other areas which are a bit more normal, when I look back, I'm like, But because all of it's like protected land, like it's a national park, you can't very easily build new properties on it. So you'll have like very modern flats, like we lived with like 12 other people or something, you know, all in different flats, but not another house for like ages in the middle of nowhere. Which again, when you look at like cities and towns, how they're built now, it's like it's very, very different. But in where I grew up, that was not the case at all. And there also was like there wasn't very many people that lived there in general. Again, it's a national park and it was in the middle of the forest, so it's more of a holiday destination. It was one of those places as well, like we lived in one of those flats and obviously we lived there all year round, but a lot of people in those flats would only be there for a few weeks of the year and they'd use it like a holiday escape kind of thing, like that. So we'd only see them like in the summer or something. Oh dear, the flat next to us did that. We'd only see them every now and again. They're very nice though, we just didn't see them very often. Oh dear. Are you also a gardener additional to a crafter? I am and I'm not. I like growing vegetables. Like flowers are fine, and there's definitely like a use for flowers, especially for like butterflies and bees and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be honest, I've always been more interested in growing vegetables. Excuse me, and I've been growing vegetables since I was tiny. Like I'd buy like the grow bags, and I'd like plant radishes and potatoes and leeks and peas and pumpkins. Pumpkins are my favorite. I would like to grow courgettes because I actually use them a lot, and courgettes are getting kind of hard to find. But yeah, I'd say only with vegetables have I ever had a massive interest in growing things. Like, I don't mind flowers, I think they're beautiful, but vegetables, that's what I like to grow. Ah, it is by far my favorite game of all time. Oh, that's really good to hear. Heck yeah. It's always lovely to find a new fave. Very cool. Ah, yeah. This is the thing, is I could understand like where I live now, where there's like a house next door and stuff like that. But where I grew up, that's never been a consideration because there aren't any people. Oh dear. Then again, it probably would have been a problem because like our house backed onto like swampy land. I can't imagine anyone building next door even if they were allowed. There was like some really old buildings, but they weren't massively used. I guess kind of like living in the ruins sort of thing. I don't know, me as a kid really enjoyed it, but as an adult, you realise that there's nothing useful nearby and everything's a pain in the ass. Oh dear. At a farm, I can grow things for food, and I'm awful at growing flowers. Yeah, I would say that I have a couple flowers. I have an orchid in the house that was gifted to me a few years ago, and that orchid is still alive. It goes through phases, but I think that's normal for orchids, where like all of the stems will die and then they'll all grow again, and then they'll all die and then they'll all grow again. So right now it looks a little bit dead, but like I'm pretty confident that it will be okay, because at this point I've watched it look dead a few times and then be fine. And then we've had a few plants gifted to us since we moved in, but we haven't really been able to do too much with them because obviously like most of the house is a building site, so like the rooms that might end up having those plants in, they're not ready. But we will get them there eventually. Are you gonna do a luck quiz? Oh, bless you. Good luck being a productive bean. I want to share something with you that's bothering me a bit. Can I DM a Discord with your permission? You can. However, I would like to preface, I am not a therapist. I cannot be a therapist. I am not a doctor. I cannot be a doctor. I do not know you. I am a random woman on the internet. However, if it's a sewing problem, go ahead. The thing is, I can't help you with any like complicated mental or physical stuff. But if you're looking for sewing advice, here I am. You're welcome to DM me. I'm having to be a bit more careful because... Oh, and also if you're sending me a picture of dicks, I no thank you. In that case, again, Flying Panda, I'm gonna put my foot down. I am not a therapist. Please, if you are struggling that much, seek people in your own life and seek help. Please do not dump on random Twitch streamers. There is a name for that on Twitch. Ah, dear. Ah, dear. And if this is not the space that you need, that's fine. Oh, it's related to sewing. Oh, alright, you're fine then. If it's a sewing one, you're fine. Sorry, I have to be kind of careful because people have come into my chat and told me that, you know, you need to solve my mental health crisis or I am going to die. And it's like, I'm sorry. Get out, seek professional help. Don't dump that on a Twitch streamer. I mean it in the nicest way possible, but I can't give you the help you need. Unless it's a sewing one, and then maybe. A strong maybe. Ah, dear. Technically, building in a swamp isn't a problem. Just drive some long concrete poles. Oh, okay. Pretty common in many parts of the Netherlands due to the types of ground we have. Problem with swamp is the infrastructure around like roads, and they probably experience a lot more issues. I remember we had a lot of problems as well because a lot of the roads near us were gravel. like gravel, which when everything's flooding, it will leave like like potholes, but just like it's not like a pothole. It's like the whole road is holes, and like that would happen a lot. And every single year we'd be like re-graveling everything because the water was kind of a pain. Our house only like got a bit damp, to be fair, but like the outside was pretty bad. Quite a few times the outside was pretty bad. But I'm Atomic, welcome in a crafty physician. Well, this is exactly what I am not. And there's a lot of people that use Twitch streamers as mental health therapists, and I personally really don't like that. I think it's very unfair on the Twitch streamer, and I think that it's also unfair on yourself. You deserve professional help, not help from some random person who doesn't always necessarily have your best interests at heart. Means that I can't dump every problem I have on you? You'd be surprised, Fries, how many people come in for the first time and they're like, let me tell you everything wrong in my life. Okay, thanks for letting me dump. I will leave now. And you're just kind of left there feeling bad. I've ended streams because people have literally been using me to dump so much that it's like, it's causing me mental problems. And like, this is a safe space for me too. And so these days I put my foot down a lot harder. Like, I'm sorry if you're going through stuff and you're having a really rough time. Like, obviously I don't want that for you. But if you come into my stream for the first time, dump all of your life garbage on me, not only will I ban you from my chat, I will warn you to every streamer around me. This person's woo. Oh dear. It's called trauma dumping. That's what it's called on Twitch. If you go around doing that to streamers, you are a trauma dumper. And I mean it, because I want you to get help and I want you to be okay. Twitch streamers are not that. Yeah, many areas of American South. Oh, of course. I didn't even think of the American South. Like, I didn't even think of that. Ah, dear. Oh, the emotional dumping. Hate that. Yeah. Flying Panda, if it's a sewing question, you're fine. If it's not a sewing question, I suggest you leave. Because at this point, I've kind of already pegged what you might be here to do. And while, again, I really hope that you can get some help and you feel better soon, Twitch streamers are not your emotional support. And seeking professional help from someone who can give you the professional advice that you probably need is much better. Okay? There. I'm good. Chill AM before spending 3 hours of, oh my god, loads of kids. Bless you, then yeah, you need your chill time. I hope you have a good time though. I know, I always find, like when friends bring their kids over or stuff like that during the time they're here, I feel really energized. And it's really funny. The kids say crazy funny things, but then afterwards, yeah, I'm exhausted. It'll like hit me when they leave and I'll be like, oh god, how do you do this 24/7? Gonna be knackered. It's a massive soft play area. Do you get to go in the soft play area with everyone though? I'm assuming you'd have to, right? Just for health and safety purposes. Ah, dear. I have done a soft play area as an adult once, but it's like they had it open specifically for adults. Yeah. You know those draft stoppers people craft at the bottom of Drafty Doll's window? Have you ever made those? I've not, but literally I was talking to my mum about making them yesterday. I have not, but weirdly, this has been a very recent conversation for me because, you know, because we're having our floors redone, a lot of them have really big gaps under the doors, and I'm like, maybe I could just make someone. I think it'd be a pretty easy thing to make though, because it is basically like a long rectangle, right? Ah, dear. I'm working on unilateral transcription. Ooh. Ah, dear. There we go. Heck yeah, health and safety. Like, oh no, I'm it. Oh no, what a shame. I'm okay with people talking to me if they have mental and emotional issue going through, but my main advice is always to go see a doctor. I think this is the thing though, it comes down to your personal boundaries, right? Personally, from experience as a streamer myself, what I have found is your advice will never be enough. The things you say will never be enough. And then if anything bad happens, they will blame it on you. And obviously that's not everyone, but it's a situation to prepare for if you are going to have more open mental health discussions on your own channel. Is that some people will take advantage of that, or will take advantage of you, and it can get really nasty, really, really nasty. It's why I shut down the conversation immediately. What I would say is, if you're a regular, someone I've met before a few times, and you're going through something, that's different. What I am talking specifically about is people who come into the stream for the first time, like for instance what Panda did, and was like, I need to get some stuff off my chest. It's like, I don't know you. I've never talked to you before. Like, let's not, shall we? And it's like, again, you don't, if I've set by my personal boundaries, which I will say Panda was very respectful of, no, don't do that, that's fine. There will be other streamers who are a bit more open to it. I would always advise people to do it with a hint of caution. Speaking about mental health on Twitch, unfortunately, again, there are people who will take advantage of your kindness. There are people who will take advantage of you being a very sweet bean who just wants to help, to send you some pretty traumatic stuff. Wait until someone blames the fact that someone killed themselves on you because the advice you gave wasn't good enough. And it's like, I can never verify whether those kind of messages are true. And better just to shut that down. Oh dear. In my mind, that's my boundary. My boundary is no. I would also say, if you don't know a Twitch streamer and you don't know their boundaries, best not to. Best not to just assume that they're happy to do it. Ah dear. Definitely not the demographic, but people need to vent sometimes. Oh, for sure. People do need to vent. And it's very different if, like M, you're someone I've seen before. If you're someone I've seen before, like for instance, if Zay came in and Zay was like, oh, I've just had a really rough week, like this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. It'd be very different to somebody coming in for the first time, having never been in this channel before, specifically using me to dump and then never coming back. Again, they're very different situations. I don't want it to feel like regulars can't speak their mind and have to be happy all the time. That's not the case. And that's normally not what trauma dumping is. Trauma dumping on Twitch is when someone specifically is using your stream to say traumatic and upsetting things to not only you, but everyone else. Traumatic and potentially triggering things to not only you, but to other people. And again, it's something that I personally am very, very, very against, because you don't know what a Twitch streamer's going through. Anyone, I've said I've had a rough week. Does anyone know what's happened to me this week? Any of you? Can any of you say what might be triggering for me this week? None of you can. Not even Shifty could, I don't think. A Shifty's someone I know IRL. And that's why I really, really am against it, because like, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. And also, but like in the same way, I don't know you. I don't know what things might be triggering for you. I don't know what things like that. And if you're trying to create a safe space on Twitch, which I kind of am, for like people just to chill and relax, having really triggering topics consistently coming up is, unfortunately, it might help one person and harm 10 others. Again, it's very much to your own preference, and how you run your stream has to be up to you. And like what makes you happy and comfortable, makes you feel fulfilled at the end of your stream. But I think automatically assuming that every Twitch channel is open to people coming in, and that also, if you say that this is an uncomfortable subject and that I don't want to talk about this, you're the bad guy. Even though this is my space, you've come into my house and dumped stuff. Why am I the bad guy for setting my boundaries? Again, it's not everyone, and there are people who are very respectful when you say no. But most of the time, people... I'll get DMs later from people after stream being like, you're an asshole, you're horrible, you've made my mental health worse because I couldn't vent on your stream, stuff like that. And again, I would like to give people the benefit of the doubt that they're not going to do those kind of things. But I think it's really weird. I'll be honest, I think the whole Twitch thing is kind of weird. in that like people will, it's effectively to me like walking up to someone at a bus stop and unloading like years of trauma. Like I would think you were, I would think you needed professional help if you did that. And again, it's a little different when it's been someone you've been talking to for a while. Like, but when you come in and you're like, my father has died and I have lived with 10 years of depression and I now suck dick for money on the streets. Like, okay, I just met you. Good morning. My name is Jelly. Like, I don't know. I think it's really weird. I think the what do you call it? The vibe on Twitch sometimes is very creepy. I think it's so weird. I do think working in retail helps though, because the amount of times people have told me they're going to do stuff after I've told them they can't have a refund. Being on Twitch now, it's like, they always find it, have a good night, Si, look after yourself. That's horrible. Yeah, people can be real jerks. Oh my god, Mikey, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, you probably joined into a bit of a weird conversation there, but I hope you're doing good. Trauma doing, I love doing it to chat. I saved hundreds on therapy bills. Oh dear. No, I hope things are going well for you. Your third person character voice though, that's just how I speak, I think. Maybe not. I can't remember. Oh dear, my week wasn't the greatest, but I did some amazingly cool stuff, and I'm glad, and I'm sorry that your week wasn't the greatest. I hope that next week is better for you. Again, I don't want it to come off as like, regulars, you have to be smiley, smiley, happy all the time. If you're not smiley, smiley, happy, I'm going to ban you. My god, this is a smiley, smiley, happy place. How dare you have not the best day? Get banned. It's people coming in specifically to tell me weird, uncomfortable stuff about themselves that I probably didn't need to know. And a lot of the time as well, it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. Immediate needs are coffee, but the wider day, heck yeah. You've been playing, we had someone talking about it earlier, Ragnarok, right? Are you enjoying it? We have had someone in chat who it is apparently their favorite game now that they've ever played, and I'm seeing very positive vibes. Oh dear. Oh, all the good stuff weighs about. I'm glad. Love the food of Thanksgiving, but the family drama, not so much. You mean you don't live for screaming matches across a dinner table? What? What? We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Listen, I'm quite alright with it. I do want to try making a chicken pot pie, because I have had some people send me some nice recipes for chicken pot pie, and I feel like it's within my wheelhouse of things that I could make, but I haven't done it yet. Oh dear. I'm glad we don't have TG. What's TG? Oh, Thanksgiving. Yeah, sorry. Immediately out of my brain. Never mind the odd fork or knife being thrown. I love going to a family dinner where everyone's just throwing knives at each other. That's my favourite. Oh dear. Wouldn't they be like, oh no, I guess it's turkey. They wouldn't be like proper knives, would they? Oh dear. That being said, I assume it would still hurt to get hit with a knife. I don't know. I've never been hit with a knife before. And I'm also not looking to be hit with a knife. But it's not like steak knives or anything like that. Like most Thanksgiving food that I've seen looks really soft. Like really soft food, like soft potato, soft beans, sauces, which are by nature soft. And then, yeah, other things. Meat somewhere. Pie. I do love pie. So how's the Popeye arm getting? For those who are not aware, one of my arms is gaining a lot of muscle from doing this, and so I now have one arm that is getting bigger than the other. Oh dear. You know, I keep saying that I need to start working out my left arm so that this doesn't become an issue, and I have not been working it out. And so I now just have one kind of muscular arm, but it's still skinny. It's like skinny muscular. I think I'd have to eat more if I really wanted to like make it look like bulky. It's skinny and muscular, and one arm that is just a noodle. It's just a noodle that doesn't do anything. So yeah, it looks really, really unbalanced. But it doesn't even look that bad. I feel like it looks bad, but it doesn't look that bad. Oh dear, glad you popped in my way. Oh, bless you, Virgin. Yeah, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes well. Buff jelly on street. I know, right? You wait till summer next year where I'm not wearing jumpers anymore and I get my guns out, but only on one side. only one side. Oh god, it's gonna look so weird at TwitchCon if I don't sort it out, but maybe by that point, because I won't be wrapping petals anymore, my muscle will just disappear. Thing is, I absolutely would not mind being a muscular woman. I just know that I don't have the current commitment to doing that. So it just looks a bit weird when there's only like, it's like like the one muscle in your body you train, and it's just one arm. It looks weird. Oh dear, it's really a hack of a character journey. Some of the puzzles need to wind their neck and yeah. But I guess if this, yeah, I think maybe it's because I've also just seen Pokemon come out, and maybe I'm comparing it to that, where I'm like, listen, at least, at least you don't have like 5 frames a second with this game, whereas this game. But yeah, those kind of things can get quite annoying. Contour the other arm, so it looks muscular. It's like artists with a slightly bigger trap muscle on their drawing side. Yeah, because I'm doing this for about 6 hours a day, but only on one arm. So it's just this constant this, and I can't do it with my left arm. I've tried. Oh no, it's a little on. A small amount. So at the moment in Pokemon, if you leave a town, your frames will be so low that you have to restart the game. Every time you enter and leave a town. Oh my god. There are so many good clips of it on Twitter right now, but you know, I'm pretty sure if you type in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you will find you will find it. I'll be back. Heck yeah. Complexity also DNA. Wait, really? Oh, would that help? I used to do rowing every week, so I used to have a really strong upper body, but this was like 10 years ago. My friend made a corned beef pie for the first time the other week. She got up in the morning and the pie was gone. She searched all their house and really confused, got a photo of her. My god, he stole the pie. So mean. To be fair, plenty of characters are prosthesis for one of their arms. True, but not this one. This one's meant to be like a high school girl. And like, I'll be honest, she doesn't look particularly like strong. She looks like just a, you know, standard high school girl body. Whereas I'm gonna be coming in like, high school, yeah! Have you seen tennis players' arms? I live for tennis players' arms. That's my religion. My religion is the arms. Honestly, their legs as well. Tennis players are so heckin' strong. My god. Yeah, that's my ideal there. But honestly, I don't have the commitment. My commitment is to sewing, and that's about it. If I can get buff sewing, then fine. But otherwise, nah. I walk. I'm pretty happy with walking. I do walk a lot, actually. Yesterday I walked like 6 miles. I can walk a long time. Anything more than that, and I'm like, you know what? That's good. I'm good. Oh, dude, that's why whenever we had like the top-down stream, my arms were just so like for context of where I started. Like, you know how people normally get small at the wrist and big at the top? Nah, it's just small the whole way up and then a shoulder bone. That was my arms for the longest time. They were just noodles, especially with the color of them as well. They don't see the sun, so they're just noodles that would go around crafting on my desk. Whereas now one of them is a little bit stronger. Not like a lot stronger, but a little bit stronger. But I'm only 200 petals through and I've got 5,000 to make, so. Most Thanksgiving I make a minimum of 5 pies? That is a lot of work. Wait, what pies do you make though actually? Would you mind telling me what kind of pies you make? I'm just curious. The only pies I make at the moment are sweet pies for the most part because I like sweet pies. I like apple pie, I like black currant pie, I honestly actually I don't think I've had any pies I've not liked. I'm not what I mean, right arm huge, left arm non-existent. You are correct. That is true. Yes, that. She says so, but I think she's still seeing him, even though he's a pie thief. That is hard. That is hard. Cream pie. I don't think that I have. I'm gonna take this in a really clean, like not rude way, Mr. Pokemon player. I don't think I've ever had them. I've only seen them used for like parties where people like get them smashed in their face. for like comedic effect. And I'll be honest, if anyone did that to me on my birthday, I think I would leave. Leave my own birthday. Apple, cherry, pumpkin, pecan, fresh silk. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Apple. What the hell is French, wait, the French silk? A French silk pie. Pecan and French silk. What? Excuse me. Cannibal pie is delicious, but actually no, it depends on who is in the pie. It has the potential to be delicious, but it also has the potential to be not delicious. So cannibal pies would only be good if the person has a good body to be eaten. Like they have like maybe like a slightly higher fat content, maybe like a slightly higher fat and muscle content, but not too much muscle because you don't want them to be too gamey. And then what was it? I think ideally it was a woman because there's just like the fat content level is a bit better. Not too old. Again, you don't want it to get too gamey or too chewy. Yeah. So I think it depends who's in the pie, really. Also, thank you for the hick. I'd be pissed if someone smashed food in my face. Like, yeah, it's like, excuse me. Oh, French, it's a chocolate mousse pie. I see. I was so confused. I was like, is this a mistyping? Like, what the hell? Who is eating silk? Also, speaking of what is that? What is that? That's a lump. We do not have that. There we go. Get rid of that. Oh, this shifty. Welcome on in. Cannibal pie is delicious, but it depends on who's in the pie. It really does. Like, I'll be honest. I think right now I would probably make a pretty mid pie. But like, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And I don't think I'll ever know. Because if I'm in the pie, I guess, wait, wasn't there someone who cut their leg off so that they could eat it? In like, I don't remember how they cooked it. I'm pretty sure there was someone who did that. I think there was also someone who put out like a notice in like a newspaper for like, can I eat you? And like he got like hundreds of replies or something ridiculous where he was like, yes, please eat me. I've always wanted to know what I tasted like. Please cut some of me off and cook me. I'm actually gonna have a look because I feel like I'm making this up right now. But I'm sure there was someone who put like an ad out for cannibalism. I'll put man puts can... Oh no, I'll put ad first. Ad out for for God's sake, cannibalism? Is it this one? Oh, there, 2003. How the hell? I must have been like, I would have been 8 years old. To the family next door, Armin means to the perfect neighbor. Yeah. Oh dear. In one of the most extraordinary trials in German criminal history, the self-confessed cannibal admitted that he met a 43-year-old Berlin engineer after advertising on the internet and had chopped him up and eaten him. It was, he said, something he'd wanted to do for a long time. I always had the fantasy and in the end I fulfilled it. But the guy agreed to be eaten, but it was still cannibalism. They both ate his penis. Oh my, I knew they cut off part of him to eat. They ate his dick together. And I guess the other guy ate the rest of him separately. Well, you wouldn't want to eat too much in one day. But yeah, he then had to go on trial because he ate someone, even though they agreed. But also, like, I kind of get it. But also, I don't know. Yes, a German guy. What did you look up? I was looking up to see who ate the other person. Soaking gamey meats and milk helps with the gaminess. Does it? Someone in the US had their... Wait, is this common? He was done for murder. Yeah, well, that's probably what happened because he ate the whole person. Random, but I started following a modern artist on Twitter and wanted to show you one of their works in the hopes they thematically appropriate to your build. Can I send a modern image? Yeah, please do. Or we can... Actually, Shifty, do you have a keyboard? Can you permit my key? Oh dear. If you are free. I put it in reference folder so it took ages to find. I also find their actual Twitter account. Heck yeah! You can if you have a food processor making... Oh, Christmas... Okay. What I walk into? Yeah, someone eating somebody else. No? Okay, I can do it. Oh, no, thank you, there you go. It's like, no keyboard. Fair. It's only because I'm holding this while I type. So I'm just having a little look as well to see. 20 kilograms of meat. And he cooked it in olive oil and garlic before the police turned up at the door. And apparently he had it alongside some South African red wine. And he said that he tasted of pork, but I've heard already that humans taste like pork. Oh, thank you! I didn't see the real event, but I watched it on the IT crowd. Oh! Oh, okay. Wait, so, and this isn't in any way related to Silent Hill, is it not? Or is it? Because like that to me is like dead on like the vibe that Silent Hill's going for. My God, that's so cool. Oh dear, I didn't see the real event, but also on the IT crowd. I had on my phone, so oh no, you're fine. I appreciate it. Thank you anyway, Shifty. I can big mod love. No, this is separate. Oh my God. I wonder then if maybe Silent Hill. It's difficult. It could just be two people with the same idea, I suppose, doing something very similar. But even down to like, just some info too from the film Annihilation, yeah. Even down to like the flowers used, like it is pretty spot on. Again, could just be some cosmic brain stuff, but like it looks kind of similar. Oh dear, soup, heck yeah. Oh dear. I think Silent Hill F took some inspo too from the film Annihilation. Yeah, there's a few things. I mean, also, you know, I know a lot of people have drawn the comparison, but Midsummer, there's a lot of scenes in Midsummer that similar vibe. Difficult to say though. Difficult to say. Dear Arts, who ate you? And I'm lurking. Oh no, no one's eaten me, and I don't plan on putting my body up for auction like that just yet. But somebody did eat someone else. They put an ad out on the internet, which would have been really early into the internet. I'm actually kind of surprised that it worked, because that would have been like, yeah, 2002. Was it 2002, 2003? Like, that was early internet days. And like, if you saw an ad for cannibalism and but obviously it worked because two people got in contact. I don't know. It just feels kind of early. Oh dear. Jenny got that cosmic brain. Yeah, that's my big brain energy. I don't know if I can say that with a straight face. The flowers look like corals in the depth. It's beautiful, like really beautiful. I do actually like that the colors are a little bit lighter. Obviously, like Silent Hill F, they're very much like, they do have light colors, and honestly, I will look lighter than the picture, because if there's like a beige flower, it's like blue tinted in that. So like, I will look lighter than that does. Unless I decided to paint everything blue, which is tempting, but I don't think that I will. Although, I could shade things in blue instead of shading them in black. So they shade them in like a navy instead. That probably wouldn't look too bad. And maybe keep it a little bit more on theme. Tisa, welcome on in. Ah, dear, I wouldn't taste very good. Oh yeah? Fair enough. Only you know how well you taste. I think it's fine. But yeah, God damn it. Oh dear. Because only you can look at your body and decide how well it fits into the edibility scale. Dig myself a deeper hole really quickly. Oh dear. Cannibal ads. Yeah, the cannibal ads from the early 2000s. Where you'd go online and just find people looking to eat another person. I haven't heard of the one. Have I? I don't know that I've heard of the one where they ate a foot together in, but I do feel like I remember two people sharing a meal that was one of their body parts. But maybe I am just thinking of, because they did the same thing. Oh dear. A lot of muscle. You're using so much muscle. Incredible muscle. Hell yeah. Here we go with the cup question again. Well, in my defense, if someone comes in and asks what cup size you are, like, or you have, that's what it was. What size is your cup? Like, you know, like, what would you think? Like, oh dear. I worked as a brow fitter for far too long to think anything other than boobs. Oh dear. Wasn't that a German guy and the other one a Japanese man who came to Europe to eat some and then returned home when the law couldn't get him? No, the Japanese one is fucked. Well, I mean, no, because that one's different. That guy, because that's a different story. I don't know why I have all these cannibalism stories in my head. Subliminally, I've been learning a lot about cannibalism. No, because the one there was completely consensual, and there wasn't any power dynamic. Is just, but like at the end of the day, he was still tried for eating and killing someone. So, you know, everything kind of went as it was meant to. Like, okay, he did consent to it, but at the end of the day, he consented to a crime. So the person is still tried. Yada yada yada. Everything is dealt with. The one in Japan. Yeah, he couldn't be tried for it in Japan for certain reasons. And so once he left the country and went back to Japan, he just continued living. But he wrote a story about the way that he looked at the world and how he sees everything. And it is incredibly disturbing, some of the things he's done. He was just a very disturbed individual. And I'm not trying to say that the other person wasn't. But the other person, it was a one-time thing where they got arrested and that was that. Whereas this one was their whole entire life was incredibly disturbed. And the things that they did to other people were incredibly disturbing. And a bit different. Time to eat ass, grabs knife and fork. Shut up, Gromit. Oh dear, you just showed off your McDonald's. Heck yeah. Does someone say cannibal? Always. I think I'm going to get something to eat. Oh, I'm so sorry. If this is the conversation that makes you hungry in my stream, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Massive coffee cup. Then again, I am sleepy. True. That it could just be a coffee cup. Dear. I guess I need to eat. The neighbors. Oh god. I'm so sorry. Oh no, that's already as fuck. But this isn't okay. This is like, you know, base level cannibalism. That's like down here. They're on the cannibalism iceberg. It's low. May tell us about the Jenna cannibal. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Also, Heavies, welcome on in. Watch a lot of murder programs. Heck yeah. I try not to. So even though I know we're talking about cannibalism a lot, but like I don't really know how to explain this. I had a very open family. Not like because we were cannibals, but like if something interesting like that came up on the news, they kind of would just explain it to me as a kid. So that's probably why I know about it. Like it probably came up on the news and they explained what cannibalism was to me. But I don't tend to seek out these kind of stories on my own most of the time because they always make me feel very icky and kind of gross. And then like I'll lose my appetite. And like that's honestly, what do you do when you lose your appetite? It's very British people weighing the options times are tight, isn't it? It's gonna be a cold winter. Oh dear. I first learned about it as a kid watching the film Alive. They can't be that alive if they're eating each other. Yeah, I think I learned about it through the news. But what's Alive? Alive! Women's energy gummies. Oh, hell yeah. Women's energy gummies made out of real women. I'm assuming it's this one, not the IMDb. Oh. Ooh. Is this... Okay, so I'm seeing pictures of it. The rugby team is flying home to Chile, however, the plane crashes. They're considered dead. 2 months after the crash, 16 survivors are finally rescued. Along the days they starved, decided to eat the flesh of their bodies to survive. Ooh. Ooh. 1993, I believe. Alive is a soccer team that gets stranded. See, that's the kind of thing that we're... Ooh. Oh my god, you want to check on our ducks, Sunkoi? Welcome on in. Women energy gummy, they're just women. Soylent Green is also people. Yeah, you know, considering how much cannibalism is frowned a lot, we definitely eat a lot of people. 2 seconds. Ooh. Sunkoi, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I mean, George, welcome on in. Only when illness can stop you from being hungry. Oh, I honestly, I think since I was like 10, I've just lived in a constant state of hunger. Like, it just never ends. Right, how are the ducks doing? They're all coming into the pool at the moment. So we're gonna have a lot of ducks very suddenly. I'll try and get it in a good place. There you go. You can kind of see it from that angle, right? Oh no, it's a bit... no, you can see it. There you go. Here are all of the ducks. When you say top of a hill, you make it sound like they're too lazy to walk down. Well, you know, we get a bit peckish. And you're at the top of a hill, like, you need the energy to get down the hill. Cute ducks. Ducks are currently restocking. They are. We're having a bit of a restock on ducks. Here they all are. We have a lot of ducks right now. So many ducks. All right, thank you for the hydrate as well, Brain. We also have duplicate ducks, so you can see there, Sunkoi. There's 3 of you right now. What kind of tea are you drinking? I am drinking just regular Yorkshire breakfast tea. I'm having the caffeinated one because I'm a little bit sleepy today. But yeah, just your regular caffeinated Yorkshire brew. Good stuff. Me and the we're gonna have to start eating people unless someone brings up my tea. You know, the line at which we all resort to cannibalism is different from person to person. And like, at the end of the day, I'm not here to judge you on that line. Oh dear. I'll be honest, walking home yesterday, I was very, very hungry. But, you know, we live in a rural area. There aren't that many people to eat, and I would definitely not eat my own mother. That would be... Ugh. That's like this weird family. Can't do that. Gross. Oh dear. People chopping each other in the dark side of why surgeons are honourable way of doing this. Yeah, but I've never met a surgeon... Well... Wait, okay, real quick question to chat. Do you know any surgeons that have eaten people? Like, amputated part of someone and then eaten it? Because now that I think about it, like, is anyone really watching the incinerator? Or could you just, like, say someone's had their appendix out, could you chop that up and eat it? I mean, it's not in the person anymore, like, could you, with consent, would that still be bad? I'm not trying to advertise doing it, but out of curiosity. Oh, wait, Shifty, I have a really important question. Sorry, speaking of important questions that I want to know the answer to for no particular reason. Sorry, this is going to be a bit out of nowhere. Shifty speaks Welsh. And I have a quick Welsh question for you, if that is okay, Shifty. Yeah, thank you for any time. I'm gonna judge you for when you eat people. I don't know any surgeons. I also don't know any surgeons, but I have had parts of me removed before. I don't think anyone would have wanted to eat them though. They were. Thing is, no matter how much you cook a person, there are diseases you can get from another person that you can't get from different species. Okay. Okay. That's actually fair. Yeah, I don't think people would want to eat me then. I'm diseased. Like pyrons, like don't. Ooh. No, actually that doesn't make any sense. I was like, but are we like dolphins? Do we have like a really high mercury count? No, we don't. I'd hope not, at least. No problem, I might not know that. That's fine. Okay, just as a quick question. You know how like bra sizes go up in like A, B, C, D, double D, E, F? So the Welsh alphabet's different and has double D as a letter in the alphabet. So if somebody was like a 34 double D, in Welsh, would they be a 34? I'm just curious. Because arguably, like in most places, they don't skip letters. So would they be a 34? Or no? Or would they skip that because it's more like a sound? I'm just curious. No, oh, how does double D sound? Is it not? I thought it was. How does double D sound? I thought double D was one of the accented sounds. I'm gonna get like the kids' Welsh, the kids' Welsh alphabet up again. Welsh alphabet. I'm sorry, I have done this one a few times before because I'm still trying to learn. Is it not? Come on, give me the Welsh alphabet. Oh, I forgot about that one. Wait, you have CH. Sorry, it's gonna sound really... I was thinking of CH, ignore me. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. But would there be CH? Because it's a letter of the alphabet and it does go up by the alphabet, or would they skip it? This is also under the hypothetical that there would be like a Welsh sizing, which right now there is not Welsh sizing in bras. They just use like, there's the standard sort of inches one, but not American inches. Just to be really confusing. In the 90s, it's a trendy thing for people to cook and eat the placenta. Yeah, I've heard of that. And that's not cannibalism, that's also your own body. I think if you stole someone else's placenta and ate it, that would be like a problem. That's my bad. That's LL. Yeah, CH2. There's no Welsh sizing either. No, so it's very much a hypothetical of if there was, would that be a thing they do or no? Ah, dear. Maybe bra sizes were Welsh to begin with. Double D is a strange one. I think it's because Double D was originally one of the bigger sizes they went to, because Double D used to be a very different size than it is now. And so with that in mind, like the original Double D is not the current Double D. But I think that used to be like the height of sizes. So I don't think they, planned ahead with the foresight to go above a Double D. If memory serves, it's been a very long time since I've had my bra training. Yeah, dear. Probably not. That's a shame. Because honestly, I would protest just to have specifically Welsh bra sizing if we could have those letters be a part of it. Could you imagine a 34? That'd be so cool. I want that. I want to see that in the bra fitting stores. Please, please. Oh dear. That'd be so cool. It'd be like another thing that could make Wales a bit unique. Dear. Oh yeah, sorry, the ducks are still here. My bad, I just kept going. Oh dear. It's all a big thing. Now people do eat their own placenta, but I don't think you're allowed to steal someone else's placenta. At least not without... I'll have to look it up actually. Like, stay looking at the ducks. I'm gonna have a little look about what the laws around placenta are. I don't think you can. 1L. Oh my god! That was such a cool... It knew! Oh, is Google listening to me? I swear. Though the decision to consume your own placenta should be made with caution, never eat someone else's, as illnesses can be transferred by blood. So it's the same kind of thing of like, eat your own, but be careful if you're eating someone else's because they might have diseases and it can pass it on. So I don't think it's a very good idea. From the sounds of it, because yeah, you get hepatitis, HIV, all of that. Best not to. But wait a minute. In celebrity news, can Kim Kardashian eat surrogate placenta? It's not advised. Please don't do that. Oh dear. Oh, is Zay taking off again? There they go. Other ducks meant to be on fire. We have a fireman duck who's meant to put them out. As a biologist, learned way too much about diseases. Yeah, I completely forgot the fact that you could, of course, pass things on via... Oh, wait, what's happening now? Oh, there goes another one. Goodbye! Oh, dear. My ex-husband biologist learned too much. Oh, you gotta go! Anime, take care! Again, if you guys haven't checked out Anime Boy Stars, they are a crafter on Twitch. They're making a costume for TwitchCon Paris next year as well. So if you enjoy what we're doing here, you'll actually probably enjoy what they're doing there more. I've seen the UFO. Heck yeah! Also, welcome on in. We're just talking about. We're talking about placenta. Hear me out. So where we've got to with our conversation is you can eat your own, but you are heavily advised to not eat other people's. That being said, I haven't seen anything that says that it's illegal. It's just like kind of a bad idea because you can pass diseases along through it. So it's like eating your own is fine because, you wouldn't pass diseases to yourself, but eating someone else's is just very risky. So it's advised against. But I don't see that there's a law against it, as long as there's consent. Oh dear. Bloodborne pathogens, yeah, you gotta be careful. Oh dear, your butt! Oh god, as a rivalry happened. Heck. Take care, anime. Oh dear, yeah. So there's things you can pick up that you gotta be careful. I hope my answer was sufficient. I think it kind of makes sense. I would really like to see. Oh, and thank you so much for your input. I appreciate it. I would really like to see the Welsh alphabet used as bra sizing. First of all, because you know what? I don't think bra sizing can ever be complicated enough. I think it just needs to be even more complicated. But I just really like the idea of it. Like, I think it'd be such a fun, unique thing for Wales to have, where it has its own bra sizing using its own alphabet. And you know, stuff like that might encourage people to like have a little look into the language a little bit more. Listen, put me on your tourism Welsh team. I've got this. I'm ready. I'm ready to flush out Wales's tourism with bra sizes based on the Welsh alphabet. Oh dear. Oh dear. If anything, it'd make things less complicated. Well, it wouldn't. But I can explain. It's not because of the language barrier. It's because most people have been sizing via other things for their whole life. And so you would have to get so like for instance, if you were 34 double D in the sizing that they're used to, well actually no, because there's an extra letter in the Welsh language, you are now at 34D. So it wouldn't make it easier because everyone who has already been sized previously would have to get used to a completely new bra size. And in a different language. But I do think long term it would be a really fun thing for tourism. Listen, it'd be great. Do it. Invited, thank you. I have ideas. Most of them are stupid, but I listen. You should have saved that conversation when you had another 1,000-person raid. Funny that you should say that. I don't think I'm allowed to say, but there is potentially something happening in the future, maybe, where we might have a few people in chat that are not normally here. Maybe, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say, so we'll keep it on quiet, keep it on the low down, just between you and me. Oh dear. I just avoid bras these days, too fat and uncomfortable. Would you avoid them if you could buy a 34? Or what then? Huh? What then? Oh dear. I think future generations might be able to live thrice as much. Perhaps they serve spinal cords in restaurants. Thing is, eventually we're going to run out of spaces to bury people. And also, burning people is bad for the environment. So actually, what might be a good thing for the world long term is if we reused the people. Oh dear. We've talked about pious cannibalism and backwards trees. My poor backwards tree, I will miss it forever. Forza, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. And Cooper, welcome on in. I hope you're both doing good. And cannibalism is a repeat topic here. It's something that I am interested in, but not interested in doing. I just have like an outsider interest, you know? Jelly about to justify lives. Are you not? I don't actually know if I'm allowed to say. So I think I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what the rules are about that kind of thing. Because the thing is, that could change at any time. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to say or not. And since I'm not sure, I'm just not saying. Oh dear. Jelly is... This is your $. Make an app which can translate bra sizing to different countries like the apps. But the thing is, listen, it's a really good idea. But the reason it's really difficult to do that is because sizing is actually different country to country, in that the specification for what a 34 is. Is it a 34 at the tightest hook or the loosest hook? Is it a 34 built with with elastics or a more stiff? And that way a 34 can fit very, very differently from country to country, even though they are all technically a 34, because what qualifies a 34 is different country to country. I mean, you could probably make an app where you explain all that, going brand by brand. It'd take a really long time, but you probably could. Secrets. Secrets. Oh dear. I'm fine being fed to worms now. It gets excited to become topsoil again. One thing we're running out of is topsoil. Oh yeah, we always need more topsoil. If only it changes per brand. Yeah, it's really difficult because what a 34 is. Is it a 34 the tightest hook or the loosest hook? And that's a whole inch difference already, not even including the material that it's made out of. So it's like, it's really hard to be like, yeah, this is what a 34 is. You'd have to have like a little written write-up about every single brand of bras, so that you know which ones are fitting in certain ways. Oh dear, I lost my car for 20 minutes, got rained on. Oh no, wait, how did you lose your car? Where did it go? I'm sorry to hear that. Don't get me on sizing. Oh, this sounds like it's from Rio from the movie. It's Katamari. Fertilizing ourselves to mushrooms might save humanity, or it might save the mushrooms. Either or neither. Fertilizing ourselves to mushrooms. Oh, you mean like giving your body when you die to mushrooms. You don't mean like procreating. I got very confused. I was like, procreating with mushrooms might save us, or it might save mushrooms, and I'm like, where has this logic come from? when did we start talking about that? Oh god. We're getting into like what's it called? The Last of Us kind of territory with that. Also, Taz, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I was at the shops and forgot where I parked it. Oh no, Jules. Bless you. You know what? I think it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Unless you have a really standout car, like really, really brightly coloured or something. It happens to everyone. Don't sleep with the mushrooms, no matter how different they make you feel. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right, Shifty. Wait, you need to like pin that message. That's important. Wait, there we go. We got you. Now, just so that we're clear. Oh, we lost our car. Oh my god, TwitchCon. No. Hello, Techno. Welcome on in. Have you got your delivery yet? I don't know where I got wire. The wire has been delivered. The other stuff has not. I have no idea where any of my stuff is. Thank you. Well, that is an important message that all of chat needs to see. Don't sleep with the mushrooms. No matter how different they make you. It just feels like we'd be like, listen, I don't want to kink shame. That's not my intention. But like, it feels like we'd be going towards like clickers. And like, I don't want to live with clickers, personally. Mushroom head? Maybe if just the head. Oh dear. You just had to ruin my fun for today. I'm so sorry that my entire chat was thinking about sleeping with mushrooms and that I have inadvertently kink shamed all of you. I'm so sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. I just really don't want to encourage a pro-clicker society. Personal experience. The mushroom heads are married. Oh, Toad? I mean, listen, if that's your flavor, you go for it. Oh dear. Awesome price, we'll take it. I had to buy my car because you get disabled parking. Heck yeah. So you should be able to see it as soon as you leave the store, right? Nice. Oh, that's a good idea. Last two was getting put back in the cupboard. Oh yeah. Whoever clipped that, asshole. Oh my god, it's so out of context. But and what do they call it? Jelly Joys the Tories? Asshole. What's a clicker? So clickers are one of the main enemy types in the game The Last of Us, where humanity has been like infected with like a mushroom virus, which turns the humans into like overgrown mushroom people until they get too overgrown, and then they like just like sink into the walls basically. And it's kind of like based on a mushroom that really exists and affects ants, not humans. But yeah, it like takes over the body, turns them into a zombie so that they can hollow them out, get them somewhere nice to fertilize, and then they kill the ant. Well, I guess the ant's probably already dead by that point. Oh dear. I do too, but big shopping centres have multiple areas. I always snap on my phone. That's smart as well. Very heckin' smart. It's all fun and games till you get Oh, smart. No mushroom in my bed for shrooms. No bed mushrooms. Looked up the largest organisms on Earth, and they are. Oh my god. Yeah, I watched. Okay, listen. I've talked about this on stream before, and you guys can go see it if you have Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's the mushroom documentary, and they talk a bit about that. but it really does become like a cult documentary by the end. Like, it's so fun, and I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the bit where they did like a representation of the dinosaurs being wiped out with them all deflating. 10 out of 10. I also like the bit where the monkey got high, but but yeah, the mushroom documentary, they also keep referring to it as fungi. Who calls fungi fungi? Fungi? Oh my god, it's not fungi. You're meant to be mushroom experts. Why are you calling it fungi? Oh god. I don't even know what dialect that is, but it really threw me off. But it was a really fun documentary, and I do recommend it, honestly. Oh, no, that documentary is cool. The thing is, it has some interesting ideas in it, especially when it comes to like treating certain like mental disorders and stuff like that with mushrooms. It's interesting. It's a shame that it gets a bit culty at points. And like, you want to be like, yeah, this sounds like really interesting science. This is really cool. But also, are you a cult? Like, you guys kind of seem like a cult. Like, I don't want to, mushrooms are like your Lord and Savior, and they will heal literally anything. And I'm like, this is getting a bit much. But like, it's a shame because there are some legitimately like good ideas in that documentary, and like some cool clinical trials and stuff like that. But then also, is it a cult? Maybe. I can't say for sure. Americans pronounce it fun. You pronounce it fungi? Get out. Da fungi. Oh my god, da fungi. I am the fun police. You can't call it fungi. Also, Techno, thank you for the hydrate. Fungi jumping. People say fungi and say you pronounce it gif. A gif. Don't hydrate, maybe a spread. Oh no, you're fine. And don't worry, I have a good chat. Good chest. Leans with me. I trust no one that pronounces fungi as fungi. Oh my god. We were cackling watching it, but then at the same time there was some legitimately cool stuff where mushrooms could really help people with their mental health and stuff like that, and getting through certain traumas in their life. But then also fungi, dinosaurs deflating, monkey gets high, and I'm like, I don't know what to take seriously here. Because it seems cool, but then also, oh dear. Mushroom cult, we worship the spore. Heck yeah. You know what, actually, maybe I've been dissing on this too much. I was told to go out for a lot of reasons. First time for fungi pronunciation. How could you? It's fungi. Fungi. I had a portobello the other day and I don't feel any better. Well, have you had enough though? Maybe it's the lack of mushrooms in you. Maybe if you ate more mushrooms or consumed more mushrooms or spent more time just like, you know, around mushrooms, of which, by the way, there are loads of mushrooms this year. I think because we've had like a slightly warmer November, so it's still been really damp, but it's really warm. Like, we are surrounded by mushrooms here. My God, there are so many mushrooms. We thought, because we were walking underneath a tree, we thought they were all leaves, and when you looked at them, they were all mushrooms, and it was like, oh my God, that's a lot of fungi. Oh dear. Excuse me, sorry, I knew that one was coming. I could feel that on its way. It's a post-hydrate hick. Ah dear. If I ate more mushrooms, I'd be more mushroom than ghost. Could we have a mushroom bloke then? Instead of the more shiftier bloke, what about mushroom bloke? That'd be pretty cool. Ah dear, mush bloke, mush bloke. I'm always amazed at folks who can safely forage for mushrooms. I will say that bit, that is part of the documentary, like doing like foraging activities with other groups. And like that bit where it starts is really interesting. Like seeing like going to different countries and foraging different mushrooms and stuff like that. And how people do it safely. Like that bit was really interesting. Like it starts off very strong, this documentary, where I'm like, hell yeah, you know what? That is something that really interests me. I've always wondered how people can do that and like feel safe and stuff like that. But yeah, all this talk of mushrooms make me hungry and the cannibalism didn't. What the hell? Angel, why did the cannibalism not make you hungry? I was like, what? People who say fungi, how is it just supposed to talk about being a fungi? True, yeah. The fungi joke doesn't work anymore. The carrot one's true. They are actually secretly a carrot. Oh dear, we'll see. I have to actually draw. Also, here's some more. Should I update the total really quickly? I've actually done more than I've said. I've done a bit more. A little bit. Oh, heck, thank you for the horn. Where is my petal count? My petal count is there. Actually done Watch this, guys. Whoa. I've actually done that many. Wait, is that true? Yeah, it is true. I've done that many. Cool. We're getting there. Big jump. Ah, dear. Oh, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. They broke a perfectly good joke. They did. A perfectly good joke has been broken this day. I wanted bacon where we were talking about cannibalism. The mushrooms are a big tasty flavour. So could you have bacon and mushrooms? I feel like those kind of things go well together. You can have like a bacon and mushroom omelette or something. That sounds pretty good. Wow, there we go. Might be requesting for a massive cooked breakfast. You might be. Ooh. Omelette's easier and less washing up though. I love a full cooked breakfast, don't get me wrong, I'm just lazy. That'd be an awesome sandwich. Use portobellos as the buns. Mushroom buns. Listen, I like the idea, it's cute. I will say mushrooms are actually not my favourite food. I think they're okay, but I don't like the ones you get in tins. And that kind of put me off mushrooms, like the really watery ones. Oh dear. I used to do 1 pan full cooked breakfast. You did have 1 pan? How? I guess they'd be timing, right? Get your sausage in, and then your bacon and your black pudding. How do you do hash browns in the pan? Surely that would have to go in the oven. You could add the bacon later, I guess. And then the fried egg with the... No, I'll probably put the bacon in first, then the fried egg. What about the baked beans? I guess you could do those in the microwave. And a tomato. Yeah, you could do that in bacon fat. You could do that in bacon fat. Oh dear. Oh dear. Have you seen dolphins doing the equivalent of shrimp? I have not. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the Fungi documentary. Damn. You fry hash browns, do you? Oh, all of ours are like frozen and they're like you bake them. I've never fried a hash brown. But fair. Flip them with the sausage. Delicious. Honestly, sausage fat makes everything better. Ah dear. Pre-brown but finish all together the eggs in the oven. Oh, okay. Oh, I make them fresh. Oh, that'd be why then. I'm here with my freezer hash browns. I've made hash browns fresh once or twice. Were they hash? No, they were hash browns. Personally, I don't like grating potato. I find grating potato to be a sad kitchen job, and so I don't do it. I don't mind grating most things, but I do not like grating potato. Caramelized onion sausages, heck yeah! Hash browns, yum. So you guys gonna make me hungry now. The mushroom talk didn't do it, but this could. Hash browns, grate potatoes, squeeze the extra water out of the cleaned out and fry. But yeah, it's like I don't like grating them. Like the rest of it's fine. I have plenty of cheesecloth, but or muslin, I suppose. But yeah, I just don't like grating potatoes. There's some jobs in the kitchen that I'm not just keen on. Also, I have like not a phobia of potatoes. I'm not afraid of potatoes, just to be very clear. But I always feel quite apprehensive around potatoes because for some reason I have fainted multiple times when preparing potatoes. In fact, the first time I ever fainted, I was preparing potatoes. And since then, I don't know why, but something about preparing potatoes just sets me off. And like, I don't know what it is, but I do spend as little time as possible prepping potatoes these days because I'm just like, I don't know why. There's this correlation of me handling potatoes and also fainting. It makes me nervous. Even though it probably has literally nothing to do with the potatoes, it's just a really weird coincidence that it's happened multiple times. But yeah, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. Ah, dear. They throw around a ball-shaped fish and get high in the sky. Dolphins being super scarily smart. Dolphins are terrifying. Dolphins are very, very smart. Yeah. Like, no potatoes, only cannibalism. Listen, we all have our vices, right? Giving the version of hash brown with mashed potatoes and onion, you need a hot pan. Like a potato cake. I did eat potato cakes growing up. I haven't had a potato cake for the longest time. My God. We used to have them growing up sometimes. Yeah, like if we had leftover mashed potato, we'd make potato cakes. But because we don't normally have leftover mash anymore, it's been a really long time since I've had them. But I really like them. Plenty of ventilation, yes. My grandmother had a trick of using grated starchy potatoes pressed against a bruise and held them overnight with a cloth to leach out the bruise. Oh my God, but it ruins the cloth. Listen, Vortex, welcome on in. We're talking about cannibalism, potatoes, and mushrooms. I hope you're doing well. The sea otters are necrophiliacs. That was a shocking thing to me recently. Yeah, I just... maybe I've been tainted too much. I don't find it that surprising. I don't find it too surprising. Like, it's unpleasant, but it's also just like, they're an animal. They're an animal. Like, if humans have done it, then like... Oh dear. Also, Danny, thank you for DJ. Love me an otter. Cause yeah, because no normal conversations happen here on Twitch. Never, never. The smarter the creature, the more cruel they can be. Yeah, because like they get closer to being human. And like humans are pretty... Listen, I'm not trying to self-deprecate here, but like... We've done some questionable things. Oh dear. Yeah, I guess it doesn't, like, I don't know. It doesn't really surprise me. I feel like if a human can do it, a lot of the time animals will do it too. Yeah. And that's why it's like, yeah. not so surprising to me. I don't hold it against them. Well, maybe the ones that like specifically do it, they should be tried in the court of law, but otherwise it's fine. Oh dear. Are we pretty? Oh, where? What's the where? Oh dear, somehow I am impervious to a bunch of things that should make me go at you. Yeah, I know why. We again, very open conversations, and my family works in the medical industry, so a lot of the conversations we have while eating dinner, in hindsight, you'd look at them and be like, Jesus Christ, that was graphic. And it'd just be like about, you know, mum's work day kind of thing. And we'd just be chatting about it, and like, it kind of desensitized it to me really, really young. But also, it's meant that for a long time I'll have really graphic conversations with people and not realize that maybe that's a bit of too much. Because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to having really graphic, intense conversations about like death and gory remains and all that kind of stuff. Because that's kind of, like, it wasn't every dinner conversation, but it was a lot of them. Oh dear. Except for orangutans. Oh yeah, they're really smart, but also... Oh dear. I don't know, you said it. Where? No, I'm a croc and I'm good at drying, and you start looking at your fellow crocs like there's water in you. Animalian evolutionary throwbacks tell us that we share very many weird behaviors. Oh, for sure. Like, at the end of the day, we're animals too. We're just, you know, have laws to follow and stuff. So you have to be good. They're like, as aggressively guarding my Xbox controller, I respect the commitment. Goddamn, I want to play! So I'm all good with that. Give me some slug courses and ooze and I'm good. Yeah, ooze doesn't really get me. I will say I still really dislike bad smells, so. That's one thing. The one thing that really makes me cringe, the smell of bananas. The smell of bananas, I literally, if there is a banana in my bin, I cannot take the bins out. Like, it really gets to me. Like, Shiny has to warn me in advance if they'd eaten a banana so that I don't accidentally take the bins out, because I cannot handle the smell of bananas. The taste of it's fine, honestly, but the smell of it, ugh, I don't know what it is. It's like a strong reflex in me to like get that as far away from me as possible. And I can't bleh, banana smell. The fluffy of its unpicking his dead mate, and I'm like, I'm done. People are supposedly civilized superstructures built upon primal structures, and too many forget that. Hell yeah. But that's not an excuse to not obey the law, so please, I'm not kink shaming, but please don't commit crimes. No crimes, not in this chat. We're a crime-free chat. Well, I think it was my down controller. Oh no. Bananas hurt my mouth. We are unsure why, and it's weird. If something hurts, I would ignore it. You know what? I can tell you you're not missing out on much. Bananas are mid. Like, the taste of it's okay, and I don't mind it being baked into things, but just plain bananas, like, the smell of it, I don't know how people can handle the smell of bananas. I don't know what it is, but like, it really just makes me like want to gag. Like, I don't know, it's just a really gross smell. I'm sorry to all the banana lovers out there. I cannot. I like banana bread. See, I like banana bread. Banana bread I can deal with because it doesn't smell too strong of banana. But like just banana smell or like banana syrup or all of that kind of jazz, like, ugh, none of that. Ew. When I shower, why is there a pin about sleeping with mushrooms? Well, just make sure that you don't do it, Purple. As long as you're not sleeping with mushrooms, I think that it's fine, right? We're putting out a PSA. Oh, Shifty put it out. I just pinned it. Ah, dear. I think on the case is Chubb full ass and swallowed it. I think that means that's his controller now. I think that means you need to get a new controller. I used to like banana, but I started hating it around the time I became a teenager. Maybe that's what it is then. Maybe like I grew up and the taste of bananas, I evolved away from it. Banana bread doesn't hurt my mouth, but I'm super good with this. Though I make it often. Heck yeah! I love banana bread. Honestly, it's good. It's good. It doesn't smell too much like banana. It tastes good. I can handle it. And also, like, obviously we don't throw it away, so there's none of it left in the bin to rot. But banana skins, I cannot tolerate them. Not at all. They physically upset me. Thank you, by the way, putting it. Give me justified to self-quote it. Heck yeah! Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm having a start before getting into costume makeup and such. Heck yeah, Purple. Very nice, very nice. I led a team that our company required to work late several times a month, and folks would have hungry, of course, get distracted, so I learned to always have dinner planned, even if I had to bring in food myself. The minute folks know dinner was taken care of, the next meal is not in question. The prior need for food was settled, no more distraction, less time we have to stay. I actually kind of have the same kind of ethic in that I always have snacks, like, within arm's reach, because, like, if I'm getting hungry, I won't work as much. I have the little cheesy biscuits right now. Just got a sort plan for the controller. I'm still paying it off. Like, oh my goodness, I'm getting that controller back. We often, oh, there it goes. Goodbye, pin message. I took out an investment plan for that controller. Also, I just read that one. We often smother our banana bread and peanut butter. That's usually the only thing that I can smell. It's fair. When will we see you play Fall Guys again? I'll be honest, I kind of got off-put by it last time because people were kind of being a butt in the chat a bit. And, like, normally that's not something that we have to handle very much on this stream. Like, people are very chill and stuff like that. But, like, we had a lot of people that day follow, ask to play, and then unfollow. And I can see that. I can see when you do that. And it was just kind of, like, demoralizing for people coming in constantly being like, I want to play with you, and if you don't play with me, I'm leaving. And it's like, okay, first of all, I will assume most of them were younger kids. But that's also not really the vibe for this channel. I don't know how to put it. It just made me feel kind of uncomfortable. Yeah. So I don't know when I'll be playing it again would be the answer. It would be because the people that came in when I was playing that game kind of made me feel uncomfortable. And like, listen, this is my safe space too. Goodbye. I know, it must have been 20 minutes. I think that's how long I had it set for. Ah, dear. I could do a Dreamies. Dreamies for controller. That's a good call, actually. I don't like to snack beyond one small thing a day because I can just about eat 2 meals, and if I snack for a day, I won't eat my meals. Whereas, like, for me, I never stop being hungry. So it's like the opposite. It's like I gotta be careful that I don't just snack constantly and also eat my meals because that's a lot of food, and also because, like, you know, if I do get a migraine, I don't want to be that sick. I don't need that much food in my system. Oh no, that's a shame. What a bunch of bastards. Yeah, it's a shame because I had a really good time playing with you guys. But because it made this space feel a bit uncomfortable, because we are very much a mature stream, right? And I know people click the, like, you know, when you come into my stream, it'll say, like, this is a mature stream, unless you're coming on a raid, and then I have to remember to warn people. But it'll say, this is a mature stream, are you sure you want to watch it? And people click yes. So they have consented to be here, but when you can kind of very plainly see that these people are kids, like young kids, it makes me feel uncomfortable making the kind of content that I do, which is maybe not so much kid focused and more for a slightly older audience. Like, you could kind of tell a lot of the people coming in were under the age of 10. And like, that makes me feel super uncomfortable. And like, we do streams which are more like, I guess, family friendly, especially when it comes to charity streams in particular. Those tend to be more family friendly for us just because, like, I want those to be open to everyone. But like, the majority of my streams are targeted at a slightly older audience. And so yeah, knowing, like, I guess like I don't physically know, but it's like, it's the feeling that they might be there makes me feel uncomfortable. Ah, dear. My big brain thought I was just gonna throw a dressing gown on and drop him on the floor. No! Earlier, we kind of was like on humans as food. Is there certain proteins in the body called pions which transfer to corpses? Oh, that's a shame. I had such a good plan as well for the future of humanity. I guess then actually though, that just means the next step is finding a way to successfully remove those pions from people so that they can be consumed safely. Did I successfully bargain with Smoke the Cat? Heck yeah! I had to learn about them from my biology. That's why it's scary. Very scary. Oh dear. Can we understand what I felt the same with Gartic? It's like, it's not that I didn't have a good time with the people that I was playing with. I had a wonderful time with everyone who I played with last week. They were really, really fun, really chill, really nice people. It's just the feeling of like there being very young people in a mature stream. And again, at the end of the day, they clicked to be here. I gave them every warning. But do I feel okay talking about butts suddenly? Maybe not. We're very family friendly as long as those family accept boob, cannibalism, and butt talk. Yeah, like we don't swear here, which I think can sometimes give the like that we are a very family friendly stream. But I personally would not class myself predominantly as a family friendly stream. We talk about a lot of topics that are, I don't want to say edgy, but like they're a little bit more mature. And yeah, it makes me feel awkward having kids in that conversation. I don't want to be that person. And again, it's different if I don't know, but like when they were talking in chat, like you could kind of just tell. Fanny was a nurse working hiding infectious diseases. That's so cool. That's so cool. We can have compost bodies returned to fertilizer. We just feed cremated remains to animals. Oh, that's interesting. Cause mad cow. Oh, we're very family friendly. Very family friendly. Pro gamer. Oh no, just had a realization. What? Sorry, excuse me. What's your realization? You can't really stop pions due to them being a protein that has folded wrong. The process we'd have to do to stop this would destroy the body. That's such a shame. Honestly, science, I needed to catch up with my ideals. Yes, a couple of days ago there was a talk about unsolicited. Yeah! Which, by the way, thank you for all of your dick pics in my Discord. I finished my stream and found lots of censored pictures, and I was like, what is all this? What are all these censored images? They're all the uncensored dick pics. For the side streams, I'm gonna have to remove the butt. I think that's up to you and your own discretion and how you want to be viewed. The thing is, obviously at the end of the day, for most people, you can do your regular streams. Sometimes they'll take clips of your streams and add them to compilations, which may be shown to the kids or the parents. So if you want to have that, you might want to focus on being a little bit more family friendly, because obviously they're not going to take clips where you talk about like shoving shit up your ass and stuff like that and show that to a kid. Not that that's what Shifty talks about, honestly, but you know, like that would be a good example of maybe something they wouldn't show to the kids. But at the end of the day, you run your stream, you're the one who gets to choose what you do. If you don't want to make it more family friendly, that's fine. Yeah, I don't talk about that, Jenny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to paint you in a certain light. Oh no. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. That's just the first thing that came to my head. It wasn't necessarily that I meant that about you in particular. It's just like, you know, they probably wouldn't show that to kids, you know? They have triatherms with virus T cells. The T virus! I know about that. I've played Resident Evil. It's the T virus. Oh dear, like, can't often lie. The T virus, Resident Evil. Oh my god, it's real. I knew it. I've seen that. I know about that. So if you get the T virus, it causes your body to mutate, and like maybe you become like a mindless zombie. Maybe you become like a zombie that can use a gun. Maybe you become a dog human. Honestly, who the heck knows? Because it's such a variable virus and can cause so much damage to your cellular structure, and you die. My streams will be more appropriate, but yeah. It's like, I think at the end of the day, it is up to you completely how much you'd like to do it. And I think you'll have an easier time of it than I will. My mind kind of just wanders away with itself midstream. So, you know what? If I can do it, you can do it, Shifty, I believe. You have a lot more restraint than I do. I think. Restraint is not my middle name. Oh, dear. Twitch is like TV in the 1950s. All live and mistakes get left in. Profanity, wardrobe malfunction, etc. It's why TV has 7-second delays now. Yeah, you can actually stream on a delay, but at the end of the day, even if it's still, things will still show. It's just you can't end stream quick enough most of the time for the delay to help too much, but you can stream on delay. I played Resident Evil for so many misunderstood science facts. What are you talking about? Resident Evil is real, and I've seen it. I don't know about that. You're underestimating Jelly. Your mind walks away before No. No, it doesn't. I would say for the first couple of hours of stream most of the time, I am pretty well organized and put together, and it tends to be when I get tired. And I'm not counting today as an example because I was tired when I started streaming, but it tends to be when I get tired and then my brain starts to go a bit doolally. But like, I was tired when I started stream today, so today's not a good example, but normally I'm not tired when stream starts. Oh dear, was over hovering over the jump button. They would like, no, stop. The thing is, we've actually had this conversation before, not for this reason, but whether or not mods can end my stream, and unfortunately that's not something we can have happen, where mods can't stop my stream for me, which I know is a very specific thing that like certain people would want. For me, if I say fainted on stream, I would like it if one of my mods could end the stream so that you're not just staring at my limp body. You know, just for like a dignity thing. That would be nice. And it'd be like a nice feature to have. But, you know, unfortunately, it's like that I've looked into with them before for that reason, because I was having quite a bad spell of it. And fortunately, it never happened, and it wasn't something that we ever had to do. But yeah, my mods can't actually end my stream for me. There isn't a very easy way to get that to happen right now. I think the best we could do is like, Shifty could probably call Shiny and be like, hey, your partner's died upstairs. Maybe sort that out. Oh dear. So this bailing to edgy fuss is weak. Jenny talking about cannibalism, but they're tired or they're not tired. Oi, 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 oi. Not just dignity, but it also helps with Twitch TOS. Well, yeah, because that's the thing is like, I don't want, you know, if I was to actually hurt myself when fainting, which it does happen, like, I've hurt myself many times when fainting, thankfully not too bad, but like it can happen. If you show blood on stream, that's against TOS. Even though in that particular situation there is, like, physically there would have been nothing that I could have done about it and that I'd hurt myself completely out of my control kind of thing. But because I couldn't end my stream and I would be broadcasting blood, it would be against TOS. So yeah, that sort of thing would also be, it'd be really useful. The thing is, you'd have to have a lot of trust with your mods that they weren't going to abuse that power and just start ending streams and stuff like that. So you know, it'd be a conversation that you'd have to have with your own mod team. Like in my particular case, it'd be like, if I faint on stream, can you end my stream? If I hurt myself, I'm normally good to end my own streams, but like, if I faint, would you end it for me? That'd be great. Oh dear. Oh dear. Mine for the main Karen mod, so we covered that if you faint scenario. Yeah, that's a good one. I have to make the call, yeah, just be like, Shiny, she's dying. Can you fix that? Mommy is squishies to end the stream button. Oh my god. Would you guys save for that? Oh dear, really no blood? Yeah, you have to be really careful because you're not even allowed to do fake blood on Twitch. Like no blood, no gore. So like that's something body painters have to be wary of, is like, you can do horror body paints, but they can't have like realistic gore in them. Otherwise that is against TOS. So yeah. No blood, no gore. You can stop, you can't stop yourself from getting hurt when fainting. I know, right? So are we gonna go into this conversation again? I can have this conversation again. Cough, cough, TikTok, I see you. I can't show live drawing. Yeah, you have to be really careful. Nudity and stuff like that is, yeah. Shiny, she's dying for real, no cap. It's not very pog and she's live on stream. Actually, Shifty, if I ever do fade on stream, can that be the call that you make? Thing is, I would guess that Shiny would know because I faint like very violently, so I have really big muscle spasms, so you could probably hear me smacking my head on the desk and like that would stop it, but that's also the same reason I don't want you guys to have to see it because it's like very violent. The dedicated streamer worried more about mods ending stream versus calling for medical help. Oh dear. Well, it's also like if you have that, it's like a pressure on your mod team that I don't, like we're a casual stream, right? I don't necessarily want to put that pressure on my mod team to be like, make sure you watch every minute of every one of my streams because I might faint. It would be nice if they just had the power that if they were here and they saw something like that had happened, that they could just end it quickly. But most of the time it's been fine. If mod would abuse the power to end stream a single time, they wouldn't be a mod anymore. True. And then you can change stream keys. So that is very true. That is very true. Shiny probably know me, probably, because it'd be like bum 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 bum. No cap. No cap. No cap. No head. No. Probably maybe dead. Oh dear. That's the thing. If I fainted, you wouldn't necessarily know how I was doing because I don't know how everyone else is, but it takes me a while to recover normally. I normally can't speak for a few minutes after I faint. Sometimes I can't even lift my head for a while. So even if I I wake up, I might not be that. I'd be like bugger, but I wouldn't be able to do anything. Just be there like, don't worry guys, I'm alive, I swear. And yeah, I just really don't want that scenario to happen. There are always those streamers that fall asleep. Yeah, you're allowed to sleep on stream now. You want to be in the right category. And the thing is, mods can change your category. You can have that set up so that if you did fall asleep on stream, your mod team could make sure that you were in the correct category for it so that you wouldn't be penalized. So yes, that is something that happens, but also as long as you're in the correct category, there's nothing against TOS for you sleeping on stream anymore. It used to be a thing. It did used to be a thing, but not anymore. Just make sure you're in the correct category. I think the category is called like I'm only sleeping or something like that. Because obviously people doing subathons use it. I'm not sure I have it. Wait, do you not have it? Oh, I'll make sure that you get his number. Just generally as well so that you can send him memes. I'm sure he would love to see memes. What about Luna's update is wordless. Yeah, mod is not a real word. Modification only or moderation only. No mods. My god. Oh dear. Or maybe that we've just banned mods in this channel. I did it secretly so that nobody would know. I banned all my mods. There were the streamers who fall asleep. Yeah, I had 15 years of seizures, so we took precautions, but also because I've been seizure free for about 6 years now, which is really good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I probably have a similar set of precautions if I had to guess, although not so much anymore. Again, I'm a lot better than I used to be. Same kind of situation. It used to be really intense, and now it's pretty good for the most part. I faint a lot less. I really... the thing which, I don't know if Zay was hinting at this or not, and if not, I'm sorry Zay, I'm going to go on a rant now. The thing that was bothering me about fainting is that fainting is a trend on TikTok where people will make themselves faint. People who are already prone to fainting, making themselves fainting and then doing it as a trend. I'm very against that. Not that I don't believe that they have fainting disorders, I'm sure they do. Like that's not the issue. The issue is encouraging people to make themselves faint when fainting can actually cause you to really badly injure yourself. It causes you to like break things, but also like you can hit your head really hard, which can have a lot of long-term ramifications. So like I am very, 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 very against that particular trend of people with fainting or disorders that make them faint or things that make them faint or just more prone to fainting, causing themselves to purposefully faint for views. Yeah, not a fan. Truthfully, I think it's really dumb. You don't have to faint in front of people for them to believe that you struggle with fainting. Also, please, that's not the validation you want. You kind of just look like you don't have a brain, or maybe you've already had one too many concussions if you're doing that. Because your brain is clearly not working at full capacity if you think that this is a smart long-term idea for your health. Oh dear. There was that category, they removed it. I'm only sleeping as a game that people use for sleeping streams. Yeah. One of my friends has narcolepsy and streams have several attacks and they're fine. They just fall asleep. And you know, this is the thing. It's not done as a fetish thing. It was for a while that there were some specific streamers who would only ever film themselves sleeping, and it would be very specific what they do. And you know, that was something. But honestly, yeah, they've had some more clear rules set on it now, and it's like, it's fine. Like people do sleep in their daily lives, not unusual. Dear, guide here, teacher, no joke, they are not
pain in the ass. Did you get soft rugby hats? No. Literally, it wasn't until I had one really, really bad one that we actually started taking precautions, because we were like, oh bugger. Oh no. Oh dear, this could have negative long-term ramifications. And then you see the kids on TikTok. And I'm saying the kids. A lot of them are actually people my own age. But I'm going to assume that they have reduced brain capacity, because again, it doesn't take very much thought to realize that this is a really bad idea to do something where you could continuously hit your head over and over again. They allow donations while sleeping, getting wealthy. Oh, the price of jump scares, that is quite funny though. I would do that. If like Shifty was doing like a stream where they were sleeping, which I can't imagine that they would, I would 100% have done that. The time training assistant care for the psychological course. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Fell victim time to avoid head injury. Ow! I wasn't referring to TikTok directly. I don't do social media, probably Twitch and Discord, but was thinking about Twitch's rule about not showing self-harm. They could be weird about that, punishing streamers even if it was clearly not the case. I mean, with all of their rules, they could be weird about it. That's why I always think having precautions and being more safe than sorry. Like, that is why when I was having a really bad spell of it, I was contacting them and being like, is there anything we can do where if this happens, like, I don't think that it will, because most of the time it happens when I'm stood up, but if it did happen, that you could end my stream for me so that I didn't get banned. And like, there was nothing we could do about it then. And to an extent, I can see why, but it would be a really nice feature to add. And like, if they did add it as a feature, I bet so many people would be like, what the heck, why have they done this as a feature? This is stupid. But like, for people like us, who have those kind of conditions where it's like you don't have as much control over your body and you don't necessarily want to show it on the internet, like, personally, I would feel very uncomfortable fainting for somebody to watch. Like, I don't like the complete lack of control on display. And it's not that, you know, it's just, why would you want to show random strangers that, personally? Like, it's not something that I understand. If that's something you want to do, okay, but it very much confuses me. And like, yeah, personally, that's not a side of me that I ever want to show anyone on Twitch. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not something that's happened, but it's like, I'd rather that be private. That's me. Secret. The streamer who doesn't show their face while they take a sleep stream. Yeah, I was gonna say, it would be a bit out there. Oh dear. So memory is particularly patchy around the sieges. It's always been that way. That is one of the things with sieges though, is that it will cause you gaps-y memories. Technically there'd be options to end stream, but those would be outside of Twitch or OBS. Would it be like Shifty coming around and cutting my internet? Because like, yeah, that would end stream. If Shifty came, but I think that's also a crime. Is that not vandalism? But like, that would end my stream. VTuber sleep stream. Well, VTubers do sleep streams. Like, there's been plenty of VTuber subathons where they do VTuber sleep streams. Where like, you know, obviously they sleep through the night with their model on. I don't know if they have mics on all the time, but they're definitely modeled. You're cutting down the damn internet. No! Doing better. Yeah, getting ready for the event and have a good... Oh, thank you. Take care, Purple. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ah, dear. Yeah. I guess to round out the subject, I'm sorry if you also faint or have seizures or anything like that. It sucks. Please don't promote it as a fun challenge on TikTok, because you might not sustain any injuries, but other people could. And while you are not directly responsible for other people's safety, you're also not helping in the way that you think you are when you do things like fainting challenges. It's not having the intended effect, and anyone who has the same struggles as you looks at you like you're an idiot. We all think you're very stupid. Oh dear. Sane, welcome on in. How goes all of the art stuffs? I hope that it's going well. Ah dear. Jelly, do you have a life alert type thing to wear for emergencies? No. But I also don't leave the house, and I live with Shiny, who is registered as my carer, so like, you know, my situation is a little different, maybe, because I'm inside all the time, and I live with them. Oh, duh. I get so angry about idiots on TikTok. I'll be honest, it doesn't make me angry, it just kind of makes me double take most of the time, where I'm just like, the fainting one is one where I'm like, I think as any, and this is a thing as well. This is coming from someone who apparently doesn't have a fully functioning brain, who's like, when they look at the scans, they're like, yeah, it's mostly healthy, but it's not 100% healthy. My brain is only okay. And like, I feel like if I can see that this is a bad idea, I have concerns. Like, the bottom of the pit can tell. Our lives, like, do the arts are still going, heck yeah. Just a bit groggy. Honestly, I feel a bit groggy, and I've been awake for a few hours, so I feel it. Burning wood, which is killed. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh, there was also the trend where people would steal cars. Right? Like the stealing the car trend that got some people killed because they crashed the car that they stole. Yeah, that was also a TikTok trend. Wasn't eating Tide Pods also started on TikTok, or am I blaming the wrong thing for that? What is going on with TikTok? Oh, I'm a very wee one by the sand, call them butthead. It's okay, Jelly, it's mostly healthy, yeah. Ever had a doctor look at your brain scan and say that it's not 100% healthy, but like whatever, you'll be fine? I have. I have. So like, listen, if I have any dumb takes, I'm gonna fully blame it on the fact that my brain is not 100% healthy, because if I have to have a not 100% healthy brain, I'm gonna make the most of it. I had a bad take, or I'm really sorry guys, my brain doesn't work. Oh dear. Oh, I prove it. Natural selection. So dumb. It's so dumb. It's all so dumb. Oh dear. MRI a bunch. Yeah, I've had a lot, but my MRI's okay. It's the CT scans that come back and they're like, it's fine. It's okay. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. That is alright. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's like, it's mostly alright. What do you mean? What do you mean it's mostly alright? That's my brain. What have I done? But in you know, hindsight, I have had a lot of concussions, so like, I probably, you know, I should have seen this coming. Oh, never warn people about eating Tide Pods, and they do now. Yeah. I can't remember. Was that on TikTok? Does anyone remember? I only very recently got TikTok, and I haven't used it, so I'm not very sure. That's not what you want your brain doctor to say. And then not elaborate at all. Like, they like very quickly moved on, and I was just there like, I guess there are other important things we have to talk about, but it's really hard for me to not remember the time where you told me that my brain scans were just okay, and like that they're, you know, mostly healthy. Like that kind of stuff sticks with you. Listen, I might only have a mostly healthy brain, but I do remember that. Jesus. Piercing are my pet peeves. Pet peeves, thank you for the hick. TikTok moderation is also very lacking. Well, there isn't really any moderation on TikTok, is there? It's only if people mass report someone that anything happens, and so it's completely based on like the users rather than an actual moderation team. Or am I wrong there? That's kind of the vibe that I got. There's always the people who've done so many things to call themselves from our herd, and now we document it on social media. I mean, I guess that's true. The thing is though, it's a little different because originally if one person in a herd did it, only the people around them would see it, whereas now millions of people around the world can see and replicate it, so it has a much larger reach. Oh dear. Somewhat healthy, mostly healthy, you know, it's all right. Craftly, mostly healthy jellyfish. Honestly, we've been laughing about it in my family, like, it's fine. I'm kind of bigging it up, like, that is what they said, and I'm not lying, but it's alright, it's fine. We're living. I'll live. I live with the knowledge as well that if it was anything worse, they probably would have told me. And sometimes it's just better not to know. Like, what are they going to tell me? That because of my concussions, I'm like a high risk of Alzheimer's? You know? That's something that I probably don't need to know. And I'm okay with not knowing. Oh, did that get stuck on there? It did. There you go. I thought I'd lost half of it. Get that stuck back on there. There we are. A kind of healthy fish. A sort of healthy fish. There I am. I'm gonna doctors do it like leeches scrubbing an animal off teeth. Ice pick lobotomy. Oh dear. Oh, they're convinced. I mean, yeah, but I think, yeah. You know, I've had many doctors get really confused. I have 6 autoimmune diseases, a lot. They're like, you shouldn't be there. Like, what's this doing here? Yeah. I also am from the clan of generally not the most healthy. But at least I don't do fainting videos on TikTok. I'm never gonna stop making jabs at that. Like, listen, we can all be sick and nasty and disgusting human beings, but at least we don't do the fainting trend on TikTok. At least I've never eaten a Tide Pod. Doesn't matter if my brain's on 100%. And on those things. I have pride in knowing that I've never eaten a Tide Pod, in that I have never filmed myself fainting for clout and done any of that. So you know what? I'll kink shame a little. Kink shame a little. If you have done that, get kink shamed. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we can make pretty things. I can make pretty things. I can do that. I can also not faint for clout. When are we gonna get the YouTube apology video? This is the YouTube apology video. I'm really sorry, guys, that I had such a rant the other day on stream where I said that, first of all, my body would not be that delicious, and also that I don't faint for clout, and that I don't really like mushrooms that much. I'm sorry that I said all of these things. That being said, they were all 100% true, and I will not take them back. Oh dear. Oh, I've got a dog. Bugger. Can I borrow yours? Yeah, I need a dog for a proper apology. Oh dear. A clutch preventing outs. Oh, okay. All kidding aside, you are exemplary Twitch streamer, and I'm glad Lolly's rated you. Heck yeah! Thank you. It's very kind of you. Also, I don't have the dog to do. Yeah, I need it for mine. Wait, why are you apologizing? What did you do? Shifty, as your mod, I kind of need to know what you're apologizing for. Oh, I'm sorry for mixing up and I'm sorry, I got confused. The Welsh alphabet confused me sometimes. I know since I live here, I really should have that on further lockdown, but I'm so sorry. I get confused with my Welsh alphabet and I say the wrong one. I'm also really sorry for talking about tits again. I just can't stop. Cannot be stopped. I'm so sorry. Plug your merch. Also, yeah, I have merch. Not on me though. God, I'm a terrible apologist. Do I have any merch? No, not in there. I have merch. You can buy it. We do sewing machine merch. Wait, you haven't got. We can't see it. Oh God, I must not have linked it. Donate to my Patreon. I make new Wednesdays every video / Thursday, and I don't have a dog yet, but I might do one day. Yeah, how's that? Did I do it? Have we got it? Has somebody recorded that? I got merch, new shifty body pillars. Honestly though, I have had a lot of people reach out to try and ask me to make merch, and I've turned them all down so far. They've all been very polite. I just don't. They're like, we can make you these things, and I'm like, the only things I think my viewers would want would be way too NSFW for you guys, and I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry. This is the community that I fostered, and unless you're selling me quite literally tits, I'm so sorry. I can't do this. We have tentacles and tits, and that's about it. Oh dear. So yeah, I've had to turn them all down, unfortunately. They're like, we can make you like a really cute mug with your face on it, and I'm like, that's sweet, but like, there's no tits. Where are my tits? Where are my tentacles? Like, I can't do that. I have very specific needs. Pippi said they might draw something like that. Aw, if Pip does it, it's gonna look fantastic. That'd be very, very cool. If you do end up making your own draft blusters instead of buying, I'd be curious to know what you did. Oh yeah, I'll let you know if I do. I imagine it would just be like a tube. A tube. I've made things for the house sometimes, but like right now, not quite so much, because obviously I'll probably make more things for it once the house is a bit closer to finished. But right now I'm just adding mess to a messy house, and I don't want to be mess to a messy house. Tentacles and tits, I'm in the right place. I made this remote. Oh my god. With the lipstick on? Heck yeah. I learned to animate this year. I can do animated emotes, and that's it. Oh, although I did make this. Do you want to see my starting soon screen? Look, there we go. Wee! I did a little. He's got a bit of a janky leg. Ignore it. I'll fix that. I did this. There you go. That's my skill level. Oh dear. That feeling would be safe and great insulation. Yeah. I've got a lot of wadding is the thing, and I probably will just use that since I have like 5 meters of wadding. I need to use it somewhere. Octopus merch hype. Well, there is no merch because nobody wants to make NSFW merch for me. The most family friendly channel on Twitch. Oh dear. Oh, thank you. I made it on Thursday night, I think, and then obviously I didn't stream yesterday, so I couldn't use it then. But we have that now, so that we have some pictures of the cosplayers we made, and also a little wiggly guy. He moves his legs twitchy, but other than that, thank you. 5 meters, yeah, I have a lot. It's actually, can you see it's underneath there? Oh god. This is the wadding. Oh no, you can't see it. All in here, all rolled up in a tube. Like I have loads and loads of wadding. I buy stuff when it's on sale, like that, because I use it so frequently. I loved your jellies for a while. I'm a long-time lurker, not a new creeper. No, I am a massive lurker, don't worry. I submitted an anonymous question where I cook, because I don't feel like I can talk in certain people's streams because I'm just like, I'm nervous, so I just don't talk. So I literally submit things as anonymous people, and it's, that's about as much of a lurker as I am. I get too nervous to talk, and I submit things anonymously. Even though it wasn't really a question. They had like anonymous questions open. I just wrote that I really like their streams because I was too nervous to put it in their Twitch channel. So like they were reading out all these questions and they were like, wait a minute. I just wanted to say that I really like your streams, but I'm too scared to say anything, so I just lurk. Oh dear. Well, non-standard merch, like cloaks or something. Ooh, a cloak. That'd be kind of cute. As long as it's soft and blankety. I was gonna make a shifty cloak once. Heck yeah! As long as it's soft and blankety. I get that a lot of the time. I'm working on art and crafts and thus lurking when working. Well, this is the thing, is like I lurk because I work, but I also lurk because I'm shy. And I'm normally only shy around other people who do costumes or cosplay or like stuff like that. But there are a few other people that I get kind of shy around as well. And so I get shy and then I don't know what to say, and so I just wait until people have like anonymous messages, and then I send anonymous messages, and then they never have to know that I've even been there. I normally will also follow people while they're offline because I get nervous if my name pops up on the screen or something, so I just follow offline. And yeah, honestly, very. Not clock. Oh, a shifty clock. A shifty clock would be very cool. Oh dear. Do you get stage fright or have trouble speaking in public? No. Stage fright, not so much. But I do find speaking to certain, like, how to put it? I get starstruck, not stage fright. I think that's the issue. So like, I get very starstruck around other cosplayers, especially if they're cosplayers that I've seen online for a really long time. So I kind of like find it a little difficult to like get my words out if, like, for instance, the cosplay judges are people that I've looked up to for a long time. I'll get quite nervous. But being on the stage itself is the easy part for me. It's the bit before where you have to speak to like really cool cosplayers, and then I get nervous. So it's not so much stage fright, it's just like starstruck nerves. Of course, I still get like a bit nervous about being on stage. Like I think everyone does before they go out on stage. Like they get nervous, but it's not like I dislike it. So it's not like stage fright is being like really, really a horrible experience. I just have like the jitters. And I'm a very shaky person if I get nervous. So you can tell. No, I just also shout out to reference. This shows clips of the stream, but I feel it's way better to introduce new people. No one has to take my word for it. Oh, also no one has to take my word for it. That's fair. I don't, but I have had so there's a few people in my community that I know really hate that, and I kind of want to set them up so that if I shout them out, it specifically plays their clips, because I know that they don't like it and it makes them embarrassed. And I'm like, how can I embarrass other streamers in my community? Let's have it so that the ones that really don't like it when clips appear, they have their clips appear. If you vocalize to me that you don't like it, I'm getting ready. Oh dear. No, I don't do it because we have a lot of very lurky people in my community. So it's a very kind of more secret, hidden stuff like that. What I do instead is, if somebody raids into me, I'll normally go and check out their channel afterwards, because, you know, I also like to leave a follow if someone's been raided me. So I'll go and check out what they do, so that next time that I shout them out, I can verbally talk a little bit more about what they're doing. That tends to be what I do, because we have a lot of very shy people, and I don't like calling out people too much, unless I already know them. Like Shifty, I would 100% do it too, because I know how much they dislike it. And oh dear, can't think of a way to introduce something. Not all clips are bad. Yeah, so my clips are really bad. Like, what are the most recent clips? I think the most recent clips on my channel are one that I'm not going to say because it was that bad. One where I tell the gays to get back into the closet with the straight people. It's those kind of things where it's like, Anaconda, it's so bad. Because people take like, I don't know, really sus clips of me. And so when you see them out of context, it's like, oh, she just hates the LGBT. It's like, I do not. I do not. So you would be the teacher to call on those most trying to hide from being called out, yeah. Yeah, Shifty doesn't actually raid people that have that, and I know a few people that will avoid raiding people if they know that they have that, because they're a bit more shy and introverted. Like, that's not how they want to be introduced. But it's like a very much a personal taste thing, isn't it? Some people love it, some people hate it. Because I know a lot of people in my community personally don't like it, I won't introduce it, but I do think it's very funny. I like seeing it in other people's channels because I like having a good laugh at them. Why would you do this to me, Jelly? Why wouldn't I do this to you, Shifty? Would you do it to me? Absolutely, Shorts. 100%. There it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a really short clip as well, isn't it? If you're gay, get in the closet. Yeah, if you're gay, get in the closet. That's it. God. So it's a very sus clip, and I really don't mean it. Not like that. I think I will make sure to get consent in the future, because it seems like the fairest way. Yeah, if you have like a command where you can like maybe like 2 separate shoutouts, like a standard shout out for the shy beans, and then like for the not shy beans or the people that you know a bit better. Heck yeah. Personally, I don't want what some of my recent clips have been to be the first impression of me. Because it's not true. You're very self-conscious. Yeah, hello governor, hello Bateman. On the Twitch innate shout out is grand. It is. It's really, really nice. I think that's such a good addition to Twitch. Having like the announcement shout out where you can just quickly go follow them. That's been really, really good. I am a big fan of that one. I'm fine with my clips. They're just me and I'm nuts. My clips are often me messing up my words and saying things that I don't necessarily intend to say. And yeah, those are a really, really bad first impression of me as a streamer, where I say things that I don't mean and I don't want to say, but my words have come out in the wrong order, and so I've said something really not very good or very anti-TOS. Oh dear. I think that's the other thing, is that I swear I have clips on my channel that are like full on against TOS out of context. The context is like normally that I've put my words in the wrong order and I'm not trying to say the thing that I've said, but yeah, the clips. Oh dear. I have some proper stinkers. I will say the most recent one that I think I've had someone play of mine was the one where I had 6 microphones at once. And so you could hear 6 versions of me talking, but all I'm doing in the clip is maniacally laughing. So it's like, yeah, there are 6 versions of me talking, but like it's just 6 versions of me laughing over the top of one another, and it's incredibly cursed. It's not the worst because it is just like a cursed clip, and it doesn't give the context badly, but oh dear. Oh, it's definitely something. That was the most recent one where it happened to me. I'm not particularly shy. I don't mind if people play my clips personally. There's a few that I worry about. Most clips I'm fine with. There's a couple where I'm like, I probably wouldn't want this one to get picked. Because it gives such a bad first impression. Oh wow, did you look? Screaming, laughing, screaming, crying sums up many clips. Yeah, I like the clip where you look at the camera for a solid 10 seconds and then decide to break your mug. That's my favorite Bateman clip, the one where you were like, I'm angry. What should I do? I guess I'll break my mug. And then you try and play it off that it was like to the fear, like you were just so scared that you had to break your mug, but you just stared at it. You stared at it for like a good 10 seconds, and then you were like, yeah, I'm gonna break this mug. Screw this mug. In particular. Oh dear, it's so funny. Because like when I came to chat and Bateman was like, yeah, Dem scared me so badly that I broke one of my mugs. And then Dem was like, oi, 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 oi. That's not how that went down. And I saw the clip and it was like, wait a minute, Bait, sus. Oh dear, Dem didn't break the mug, you did, yeah! No, the mug. Yeah, like I was being shown like this broken mug, and like Big was like, yeah, I was scared so badly that I accidentally broke my mug, and Dem was just there like, accidentally my ass, like you looked at me, you looked at it, and you decided to throw it across the room like 10 seconds after the fright. Oh my god. Oh dear. It was so funny. Yeah, Dem didn't make you do shit. You made that decision. That broken mug is on your head. That poor broken mug. Looks at Cam, you did this, Dem. Throws mug. What? You didn't say anything. You just looked and then chucked your mug. It looked more like, you know when people like die in Call of Duty and then they like break their keyboard? Yeah, it looked more like that. Like you were just really mad. You know, you can always delete a clip someone's made, especially useful if you don't like it because it's out of context, so it could be harmful for your channel. Oh, can you? Oh. Ooh. Okay, that's actually useful. Thank you, Zay. Oh dear. I say it all. I said bloody nothing. Oh, lying muggers again reminds me of Thanksgiving. Favorite story changes every week. It does, it does. Oh dear. Maybe we should clip it every time Bateman tells the story on their stream so that we can see the progression of the story changing. Oh dear. It was very, very funny though. I will always laugh at that. Oh dear. I think what really makes it funny is the justification attempts from Bateman, but like, because on its own the clip is like, it's funny, but it's like, it's not that standout, but the justification makes it like a 10 out of 10 clip. My law changes every week. Oh no. Oh no, how does that happen? I need to clip purge, but it means I have to watch all of my clips. I think I've taken a couple of clips of your channel. I'm actually very, very proud of the clips that I take, because like I don't take clips very often, to be honest. It's just like not what my brain goes to while I'm watching a stream. So like because of that, I don't take very many clips, but the ones that I have taken, I'm like, hell yeah, that right there, that's a high quality clip. I like that. Let's see, what have we got? What have we got? We got clips, the ones that I've taken. I got the one where Shifty's ranting about babies. That's a good one. I got Dem's healing your damn self. Detective Shifty. I got the you like what you see when Shifty was in the hot tub. The one where I scared Bateman now has over 100 views. Oh yeah, when Shifty was making weird noises. Oh dear, it's good stuff. Oh, I got my remix. I needed that. Big slurp. Yeah, when Shifty just makes a really loud slurping noise. So I clipped it. What are the higher viewed ones? I think they're Bateman's. Oh yeah, Bateman. Can I play this aloud?
69? Oh, we're doing it.
We're doing that, yeah. We're doing that. 69? We're doing that. It's so sus. 69? We're doing that. We're doing that. Yeah, the jump. I'm not going to play that one because obviously that's going to be like a really loud one. But. Oh dear. Another time I ever deleted pretty much all their VODs and clips because, oh, of course, yeah, I actually forgot that happened. Right, you are, yeah, with all the DMCA stuff. That one is like the one that I think has the most views from my channel. The one where I clipped you at the time where I played the scream as you died. Proud moment, a very proud moment. Oh dear, 69 out of context. Bateman forgot your name yet? Whoa. How? Wait, what's the context of that? How did that happen? That seems very unlikely. Oh dear. Oh, I did I? It's Ghostface. I need to see it now.
Oh shit, it's Ghostface! Yeah.
I have a name, baby.
Not
I have a name. True.
That's funny.
Oh dear. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good clip. Very nice. High quality clip. Oh dear. Oh dear. I've been really enjoying the Dead by Daylight streams, honestly. When I can catch them. Obviously, I'm not always super well in the evenings, but when I can catch them, I've been very much enjoying them. Oh dear. It does kind of make me want to get back into Dead by Daylight again, but I'm also like, such a big costume though. Do I have the time? I'm not sure. Ah dear. Dem got me back into it. Dem's the one that got me into it in the first place. Oh dear, what time is it? Ooh, actually, alright, I'm so... Hello everyone, I have overrun. Well, it's been lovely having you all here. Stick around, I'm gonna do a raid. I bet you all knew that it was time for the end of stream right now. It's that time. It's that time to end our stream because I completely forgot there was something I maybe needed to do a little bit. Oh heck. Well, what a shame. I'll be back tomorrow. The petal count. I've done 1, 2. Oh god, how many did I count there? I've only done one more from that. So it'd be at 252. 252! We're going to be raiding into Sunkoi, another very sweet bean crafter on Twitch. They're actually making a costume for TwitchCon Paris as well. I believe they are going into, was it the sewing category? I'd have to double check whether it was sewing or larger than life because it's a big heckin' costume that they're making. But yeah, if you haven't met Sunkoi, stick around. They're really, really sweet bean. Thank you everyone for popping by. It was really nice to see you all. I should be, hopefully, streaming again tomorrow in the morning. It just might be like a little bit of background noise, so I might have like the Doom soundtrack playing in the background or something. So if that's what you hear, that's why. Oh, there we go. Thank you, everybody. Grab your raid calls, and I'll send you all over to Sunkoi. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry for the sudden end. Oh dear. My god. How did this happen?